Hey, I'm Michael Denicola.
I'm Megan Lennius.
Hey there, I'm Midream LA.
I am Samuel Tucker Young.
And I'm Mecabad. Welcome to Creative Casters.
And you turn and Seven just...
What?
That's worse than a dragon! I saw you painting that, and I disapprove, Seb.
It was an age where time did not exist. The age of the gods. Discord came, and the gods waged war amongst themselves for supremacy. The crumbling worlds led to the collapse of creation. But creation fought back. Time appeared, imposing its curse to the vain immortals. If they dared to reappear, they would suffer the punishment and be forever forgotten. Thus, the age of the gods ended. However, Dominion holds a grudge. After thousands of years in exile, the gods continue to wage war through their incarnates. The balance is once again under threat. The curse of time is fading. The ultimate age has come.
Anyway,
I'm gonna kill you guys.
I don't want to die. I don't want to die.
Last week, we picked up with you guys kind of talking and feeling some stuff out in this tattoo shop that you discovered by tracing this trail, trying to track down Emmett's stolen belongings. Through a bit of intuition, a couple of bad rolls, and some quick thinking, you guys scrambled around with some guards, Seven causing some distractions and actually darting out of the shop, causing some commotion on the street to actually pull most of the guards outside and manage to slip back into the shop unnoticed. Also, a little MVP through your familiar, your owl, just causing pandemonium, getting up in guards' face, flying around the shop.
Rest in peace, Allie.
You pretty much handled upstairs on your own. It was pretty beautiful. Meanwhile, below grounds in this discovered kind of hidden storehouse, we're not really sure. Day and Emmett, you all found yourselves in this long hallway that it seemed very purposeful. It was placed here. This was carved. It looks like it's a much older part of the city that's, maybe hasn't really seen much use, but at the same time seems serviceable for something. That the stone here was very clean and smooth and worked. There were several columns and stuff, and there was this door at the far end of the hallway. Before you decided to press forward and venture down, you heard a couple of sounds, and then lo and behold, landing at the bottom of this kind of secret shaft is Seven. He just kind of plopped down and gave you all a happy solstice. It's pretty great. You all explored through this hallway, circumventing a few traps and unfortunately setting off a few others, where you came in contact with this giant gelatinous cube that slid out of the ceiling and slopped its way towards you all. Managed to take down the cube and decided to press onwards. You could hear at the other end of this hallway during this commotion in this battle, there was some muffled voices and like shuffling footsteps in this room beyond wherever you guys were, leading you to believe naturally that something or someone or several someones were in the room beyond. You managed to get in through this door and came upon something that looked kind of like maybe like a hideout or a tavern of sorts, and there were a number of bodies kind of littering the floor. You noticed that there were several different, seemed to be by their appearance, the cultists wearing these familiar robes you guys have seen, strewn about the floor. None of them breathing or moving. There wasn't like a ton of gore. There wasn't blood and stuff everywhere. It didn't seem like the room was really upturned, like there was any crazy kind of struggle, which is a little odd. But sure enough, even through checking, Emmett, you and your companions, we're checking somebody that everybody's dead to rights, and it was a little strange. You explored the area and uncovered a number of like crates and barrels that were storing several silvered weapons. You found daggers, swords, maces, spears, a little bit of everything, as well as various pieces of jewelry, rings, bracelets, necklaces, things of that like. Not really finding any of your belongings, however, which was also a little unsettling. You decided to press onwards, and through some keen ears and eyes, could hear like footsteps or something coming from the small room above. Proceeded up there with caution and came upon this kind of darkened room that had a very prominent altar to some kind of demon or fiend, similar to the makeshift ones we encountered in the keep and a couple other places where we've had this run-in with this cultist group several times before, but this one pretty obvious and apparent to what it was. Also in this chamber you saw several cylindrical like glass tubes, as big as you guys were, 5, 6, 7 feet tall, and filled with this kind of like yellowy green liquid. It was not great, kind of similar to the green flame and all those connotations you had tied to this cult group.
Vaginas or about a yeast infection.
Maybe. You guys were looking around. You continued to explore and saw. Couldn't really make out any people. A, I believe you stayed downstairs to A, keep an eye out, and B, you're also still kind of looting and going through things, trying to see if you found any of Emmett's stuff or anything of note. We did uncover a small little kind of like ledger behind the bar that had several names and values affixed to them. Some of it just looked like bar tabs, like people's like drink orders or whatever over time. Some of them maybe look like bounties or something similar. We're not sure. Either way, it was just a name and values.
Yep. Jet
a couple were in the
600.
hundreds, but we noticed that the name that we remember was Jet's, and Jet had a 600 next to it.
Ridiculous.
Pretty prominent.
Oh, the person who did all this, by the way, was Day's patron, right? Like
part of it, yeah. Well, not just to let. This is when you guys were finding stuff, so this was almost kind of afterwards.
Oh, right.
Yeah, you came back down to the room, but yeah, we were trying to figure out. You said there had to be something more. You weren't convinced that this was it, and if so, like, it was mere minutes before you guys came in this room that these people were talking and moving around. Like, what the heck happened? You guys sought out Kazmin for some answers, and Day had a moment where it seems like he was, for lack of a better term, possessed. His eyes flashed with this energy, and you could hear the voice of Kazmin speaking to you all. Day, you don't really have memory of this happening. You just remember seeking Kazmin out, and then you're just kind of, blacked out for a bit.
Yep.
But Kazmin spoke with you, gave you some contrived counsel, as he's wont to do. Managed to discover and hand you your necklace of your holy symbols back. Kind of stating they may not have any use, fundamentally, but they have meaning to you for some reason, and that means something to someone. Very cryptic, but it's his nature. Cautioned you all a little bit, offered his help a little more, and then just kind of vanished as quick as he came. Still kind of pressed for answers, Emmett, getting a little frustrated. You went back upstairs to check on some stuff with Seven. You blocked off both entrances to this room and tried to call out to someone or something. Not really finding anything. Seven even helping you look. Room for the most part was empty. Like there was this altar, something was clearly going on in here, but nothing was happening. You decided to cast Zone of Truth in the room as your last-ditch effort. And in doing so, because of the properties of the spell, realized that your companion, Seven, made the save against your spell, as did someone else. And that kind of sets you off to something. In doing so, you called out to whatever this creature was. The altar kind of started to give off this inky black darkness that just spread like a cloud, consuming this whole room where you and Seven were, even with your dark vision, rendering you both blind. Seven, you could feel hands kind of wrap around you, covering your mouth from behind and like restraining you, holding you in place. And you both heard the voice of a woman who told you that it's not often that she gets visitors, and that you'll have to excuse her. And that's right where we pick up. So, Day, you hear this from this is happening upstairs. You just at least hear this voice call out, as you're looking through stuff still and kind of keeping an eye. You can hear the voice of a woman. 7, you've got hand over your mouth. It's forceful enough that it kind of caught you by surprise. You your reaction is to turn and face it or back up, and you're held in place. You're restrained currently. And Emmett and 7, you're both blind. So
Emmett,
you message him. You're in range. You do hear him. You cannot see anything, but you hear Day in your mind.
I just messaged back. I'm blind. Someone's in this room. That's all I got.
Is it safe?
I doubt it. Who's there? Who?
Wait, can I speak? Wait, what? Wait, her hands.
You currently have a hand over your mouth. It's going to be muffled. Yeah, you are being held.
Who's there?
7, you feel cold steel against your throat. It's pretty apparent there is a blade at your neck right now.
I can't see anything.
You're not sure what it is, but it's kind of like you go to struggle and start to speak, and you just feel that cut up underneath you, pressing into you.
I can't hear anything.
Oh no!
I'm rushing up
Uh-oh.
stairs.
Okay.
As I do, I press myself against the door.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. Are you on Emmett or 7's side?
I'm on the map. I run up to the right side of the.
Yeah. Okay. So it's the same side where 7 is. So 7, you hear this thud as something is up against the door. You can hear and feel your feet shifting, and you were kind of pulled towards the corner for a bit and dragged a little further away from the door. Slowly, that darkness begins to shrink in and fade. And Emmett, you can see standing across the room from you. There's this altar, and there is. You can kind of see the front of 7's hood, and his face with his eyes kind of scanning around come into play. You could see a hand over his mouth, wearing a big red gloves, essentially, that are up to the elbow. A long red cape, just pretty much red everything. There's bits of white mixed in, and you can also see this stark white hair that's also fairly long down past the shoulders. You can barely make out a face because it is mostly shrouded by a deep red hood that is pulled up. But there is a figure standing there behind 7, right over him, that has mouth over him and has a blade to his neck. She just stands there, and you can just barely make out eyes, looking up and across at you, and a smile cracks across her face.
Did you kill the cultist outside?
There are no cultists here. Not anymore.
Yeah, was that your doing? I feel like we may be on the same team here. There's no need to do anything hasty.
Oh, I agree. It's why you should be leaving. Go on and get the door for your friend. And she kind of motions with the knife to the door and puts it right back to his neck.
I'm gonna slowly walk over to her door.
Mm-hmm.
And just eyes stared on her, too serious. Just
stays focused on you the whole time.
And I'm gonna open the door.
Okay.
And assume I'm letting Day in.
Yeah. You crack the door open. Day is there. Day, you now can see this woman in this red holding a knife to 7's throat.
Let's not do anything hasty here. Nothing that we may regret. We would
take a look at this lady.
Ooh.
I would say that by putting a knife against 7's throat, you'd be my enemy, but I've wanted to do the same many times, so it's hard to really... Are you our friend or are you our foe?
I got that a lot for sure.
She lets go so you can speak. Knife still at your neck.
Oh, hi. Your hands are very soft. Do you use a special kind of moisturizer for them?
What are you 3 playing at down here? Exactly.
I honestly have no idea. I just follow these guys around.
Okay.
That is your first mistake. I suggest you all leave quite quickly. And she in one motion moves the knife off and pushes you forward, 7. You kind of have to catch yourself. You slam into the altar a bit. You recover and turn to face her, or however you're standing freely, but she's just standing there, and you see her just kind of drop her hand to her side, blade still intact. You can see as she does it, she's almost kind of sweeping wide with her hand on purpose, as her like robe opens up a bit, and you can see even the black and white armor the red and white armor she has on. She has like there are pockets with knives. She's covered in knives. There's the one blade that's in her hand that she moves and like opens and shows to the side. There's another 5 or 6 that show on her person.
Casmine, a word of advice, please. Can you hear me? We're about to leave, but as I look at this, do you see what I see? What is this? What is this?
There's no response.
Great.
Well,
I followed. I have a question. We followed the footsteps of 2 children here. They have my belongings. Was that you?
do I look like a child?
No, but you just disappeared out of nowhere, so I don't know what sort of magic you can actually do.
I say,
Magic.
I turn back to her. I say,
particular
good,
set of
that was a
skills.
good one. That was a good goof. You got him. You don't look like a child.
7.
I think it's time for you 3 to leave.
That's fine. We'll be going.
Okay, I start heading out. I start heading out right now.
Okay, Day is walking down the stairs.
I don't move.
Oh God. She's still knifing me in the neck?
No. She's kind of like pushed you forward, but she's standing there with her arm like down at her side. She has a knife in hand.
Oh, okay.
And she's telling you 3 to leave.
What's your name?
I'll tell you if you tell me yours.
My name is Emmett.
Ooh.
Emmett Wayland. I grew up in this city, and I would like to keep it around. Do you know anything about the storm in the sky?
I have heard rumors, yes. I am Lysandra. She must know. She kind of gives a bit of a head nod bow.
I say, hey, wait, what was her name? So I can write it down.
Sandra.
Lysandra.
Lysandra. That's a pretty name.
I hope you say that. I hope that's the Lysandra. That's
I'll
a
say
pretty name.
Yeah, that's what my character says. What a pretty name, Lysandra. I say, hey, Lysandra, are you a Jagaran? By any chance?
No. Not one of those 3 threats.
Not one of those street rats? Did she fucking pull an Aladdin right now? Did she
did.
fucking just...
She did. You see her kind of reach up and fold her hood back, and you can now see just this stark white hair. She's kind of got like the almost like a little top knot, like just top bun, but there's still all her other hair is like long. It's down like well past her shoulders. Just stark white hair.
Ooh.
Very pretty features. She is an elven woman. You can see her pointed ears as she moves the hood. Her skin looks a little more pale. She's a little more fair skinned. But I mean she's pretty serious.
Lysandra, I'm not trying to impose. I'm really not, but I don't understand what is happening right now. We followed footsteps down here of 2 kids. Are they dead? Where are they? We've seen their footsteps.
I have seen no children.
Oh, no. Oh,
I don't understand.
Yeah, were these cultists that you killed?
Did you not check them yourselves?
Yes, they're
I
dead.
heard
pretty
downstairs.
We heard voices.
Were they stabbed to death? I can't remember. Were they stabbed? Do you guys remember?
They seemed pretty dead.
wounds.
I
Are
think
they
they were
friends
poisoned.
of yours?
No. I usually
0%.
we usually kill them and then I take some of their stuff. Maybe I'll pull
For
out.
the time being, it seems we are in an accord. So there are no cultists or people pretending to be cultists, and you still are down here. I suggest you leave.
It's fair. I'm gonna do a flip.
Go for it. Roll me some acrobatics.
God damn it! Every time. How many flips do I have to do for no more acrobatic checks for the
Dude,
flips?
this is
Hey, man.
Welcome to D&D, bitch.
You're still level 4, so
All right, I only rolled an 8 this time. Not rolling so hot today. Plus
Right.
acrobatic
Plus your
5.
acrobatics.
So
a 13.
it's 8 plus.
You flipped better. It's still pretty good. You kind of like
Flipped better.
you catch yourself, but you don't just stick the landing. You kind of get the little like
Little
back
wobbly.
flip and hit the little hop to kind of right yourself.
Yeah.
It's still, you flip better, but you're still you're a pretty good flip boy.
That's it.
She just gives you see her crack like a little smirk and just
Not my best work, but I try.
Lysandra, are you a god? Is that
First, you ask if I'm a child, and then we jump straight to a god. That's quite amusing.
The hell of a
I
spectrum.
find that a god may have the powers to change his form, or her form, or their form, or whatever form it is. I really would like some answers. The city's in
If
grave peril.
if that is
This
the
under
case, then I
ground.
suppose you travel with a few gods. I've seen your friends change form a few times, no?
Yeah, that's kind of exactly what I'm talking about. So it's a fair question.
Why are you so upset, Emmett? Have you not found your belongings? Are you still missing something?
I'm missing answers, more than anything. And I would love to know what you're doing down here. What
Well,
this is.
I'm afraid you're going to have to get used to being let down if you always seek answers.
That's not
You'll
an
get used to
option.
it.
It's not an option. I refuse.
That's fair. You can refuse all you like, but the world persists and time moves on, whether you go with it or not. If you want to sit in your solitude and be upset, be my guest. I have other things to attend to. Now, I suggest you leave before things get dangerous. And you see her kind of reach in, and she pulls another knife with a little bit of a flourish, now having both hands out to her sides, daggers equipped in each of them.
I message Emmett from downstairs. Listen, man, we gotta get out of here.
I cast Zone of Truth again.
Okay. So 7, you're still in the room. You need to make the save, and it is a what kind of save is it? Wisdom.
I just look at her.
Yeah.
As I just do whatever it takes to do it. I don't know if
Yeah.
you know what that is. It's a charisma.
Okay.
Oh.
Natural 20.
Cool. Can I?
Do I have to roll too?
I can't cast.
You're in the zone, so yes, you have to make the save.
D20 plus a.
Am I in the zone?
It's a charisma saving throw, so whatever your plus to saving throw is, it'll be your charisma modifier. I don't think you're proficient in the save, so whatever your charisma is.
What does it take
the
to cast
modifier.
a spell?
My
in D- to Zone of
charisma
Truth?
saving throw is 2.
It depends on the spell. You've got different components. It's verbal, somatic, and material. I think
This
Zone of
is
Truth.
VS, right? So like
Yeah, so
my
it's just there is something that is said, and there's some kind of like gesture, so she can see that you like
Yeah,
say
cool,
something
cool.
and do a quick little ba, cast a spell.
I can't roleplay that.
She sees you do
Yeah,
it. Yeah,
obviously,
absolutely.
obviously. I just like to stare her down
Absolutely.
and just like my mace kind of glows, like my chest piece kind of glows
13.
under the armor a little. And
What's your
I'm-
DC, Emmett?
It was a 12.
Okay, so and you're this is how you even kind of detected her. You're aware of creatures that pass, so you cast this again. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah. Oh, I did.
Yeah, you do your little deal.
Yeah.
7 succeeds and passes. 7, you realize that you can see Emmett. There's like this buildup of this radiant light around his mace, and you can see like surge down his body, almost like a pulse, like a shockwave into the floor and like into the room for a minute. You feel it wash over you, resisting its effects, but you know that the spell happened. Same for her. So it's active, but creatures who save
yeah,
against
of
it
course.
ignore its properties. So you're aware
was-
of that.
It was worth a shot. Lysandra, I'm sure we'll be seeing you again. If you would like to discuss anything, or if you need help, since I think we may be on the same side here, you should check out our free league. We'll be
In
there.
fact, you only believe there are two sides shows what little you know, Emmett.
Oh.
I'm just
Ooh.
trying to learn.
Maybe she's a gray hat.
Don't,
I like that.
Don't force it. At the very least, you want answers? Ask, and if you don't get an answer immediately, do not demand one.
Oh, I speak to her in
Forcing
Elvish. I
answer
said,
is not something you will want to.
oh. In Elvish, I say to her, "Hey, I see you." I give her a thumbs up. Hey.
In
And
Elvish,
she
I-
responds in Elvish to you, in Elvish to you, and just says, "Good. I don't wish to see you anymore. Now, please get out."
I speak.
Well, that's not very
I speak
nice.
back in Elvish and say, "I see you also."
Hey.
She turns
Can I
her
give Emmett a
gaze to
high
you.
five?
You
Yeah,
can.
I do it. Of course, I do it.
She very quickly you see her kind of raise both hands up with the daggers kind of crossed on either side. She just closes her eyes for a moment and she says, "Count to 3, gentlemen. Then this is going to get very, very bad."
Oh. Yeah, I'm not looking for a fight. I'm gonna skedaddle. It was very nice making your acquaintance.
1,
Lysandra, bye-bye.
2.
Bye-bye.
I walk out.
I'm out.
As you all are leaving down the stairs, you hear her say 3, and you feel like a rush of wind almost past you, and the door slams close.
You gentlemen are two of the stupidest gentlemen I've ever traveled with.
Day, what
We
the
have to get
fuck
out.
do you want me to do?
Oh, that's a reaction.
What
Not
else
to
are we
react.
supposed to be doing right now? Do you
We're
not
supposed
want
to be
answers?
staying alive.
Yeah, well,
We
we're
have
alive,
answers.
aren't we? If we don't
Tasman
try
has been
this,
here.
yeah, he didn't
would've-
say anything either.
Yeah. He wants to keep us alive. If he would have told us that there was a girl in there hiding from us and we should find her and fuck with her, then he would have told us that. So let's go.
I walk out
Okay.
of this room.
This is uncomfortable.
You all make it back through the hallway, past the squishy jello ooze that is still seeping into the floor. You get to that chamber with the big lever again.
Oh, I'm gonna mage hand slap the Jello ooze just one last time.
Yeah, you give it another nice little on the way out.
Like a booty.
Like a booty slap.
I'd walk back to the lift.
Okay. You all 3 of you are at the lift. You go up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Wait. There's
Wait.
probably guards up there. 7.
Oh, right.
Just because I'm a little angry doesn't mean I'm stupid all the time. We should probably do a disguise or something. You can be someone we found down here. I don't really care.
I could disguise myself again. I don't know. Is it necessary? You think? They might not even still be up there. Matter of fact, maybe maybe you guys do some recon and have Day message me. Let me know it's safe.
Day, can
I
you
might be able
message
to
him
sneak
all the
up
way
there.
down here?
I mean, it'll go a full 120 feet.
I'm not
But
sure it'll go through all
um,
this stone.
There's a lot of stuff between us. I'm not sure if I can actually say from until I get up there and I actually try. So
If you're
we can
not,
always come back.
7, if you're not
or-
worried, then let's go.
Hey, here we go. Check this out. 7, disguise self as me.
Wait, how's that gonna work? You go up and then a few minutes later you also come back up?
Just try it.
All right. Sure. I'm a party boy. I can do this. I burn up my last spell slot. No, I don't want to burn up my last spell slot on some shenanigans. God damn it. I don't have many
Man.
of those.
It took him
What are y'all
I just
doing?
want to throw out. It took him 10 episodes of playing to finally come to terms with now. Fuck this. I don't want to burn up my last spell slot on shenanigans.
All right. So you 3 are at the bottom of this.
I get
Chamber
on.
still.
I'm getting on the lift. I get on the
I'm gonna
lift.
try to sneak up
Yeah.
there. Maybe I'll sneak.
What? Wow.
I don't know. I don't
All
know
right.
what I'm doing. Fuck it. Listen, I'm just gonna deal with the repercussions. Whatever happens up there happens.
Okay. So you're
Oh,
all
God damn
standing
it.
on this platform. Is someone pulling that lever?
No.
Oh
Okay.
fuck!
I
God
walk
damn it.
over, I pull the lever,
I've got
I
full
jump
child.
quickly back onto the.
Yeah.
to the
There's
lift.
there's
All
enough
right.
of a delay. You can hear the mechanisms kind of click and feel the stone just begin lifting up. You hop on. It's tightly
know-
packed. I mean, you guys are like all like right face to face with each other.
Can we hear
It's-
any noise from above? Any?
Not really. As you're ascending, you get like, about 30, 40 feet up this tunnel. And I mean, you can hear some mumbled speaking as well as like the sounds of the people like out on the street, just like bleeding through. But I mean, it doesn't sound like there's a ton of people immediately above you guys.
All right. Are we up there? Like, what's?
Yeah, eventually
Dark Souls,
just and you're in this room with all these big kegs and this stairwell going up. You can see
Any-
the doors now. The door's shut, But yeah, I mean, you guys are just in this like storage room.
Any guards? No one's in here?
No one's in here.
I'm surprised those dummies didn't follow me in.
Same.
I did something very stupid here. I did something very dumb.
What did you do?
I dressed as a guard. I dressed as
I
a
saw
guard.
that part, I think.
Really shabbily, and I kind of rushed my way in here while the owl was causing chaos outside. And yeah, I'm shocked they didn't follow me in here. I guess they must have been too preoccupied.
I'm gonna go to the door and start. 7, hang back real quick. I'm just gonna creak it open, see if there's anyone in the next room.
Okay. As you kind of peek through this doorway, you can see sitting at the table are 2 dwarves, and they're the only ones that are in here right now.
The 2 dwarves?
2 dwarves.
Yeah,
They're sitting at a table. You can see one that's got like a crate up on the table, and he's like going through some stuff. You can see him like tossing like broken glass into like a trash bin or something, like sorting through stuff and putting some stuff in the crate and throwing some other shit out.
Are either of
mumbling to
these the
himself.
2 that I spoke to originally?
No, you only spoke to what? No, these
are the
one you
other
spoke to-
brothers.
Yeah, these are the other ones. Yeah, you spoke to Grom. Grom is not
Right,
here.
cool.
These are the other 2, but they're the only 2 in the building.
Gentlemen, I walk in. Gentlemen,
See them both kind of like shoot over real quick as you come up through the. They just shoot a glance at you really quickly as you appear out of this doorway.
What happened? Where are all the guards?
Why are you in our cellar?
You saw me go in there, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I guess you did. Look, a lot's happened since you all came to the shop. Guards are chasing after some sort of imposter or something. I think someone killed some guards and might have robbed him or something. You guys showed up. There's freaking bird in our shop or something.
What?
We're just trying to pick up and start our morning.
That's insane. I'm so sorry. I owe you many drinks. I'm so sorry for the inconvenience.
We'll just take gold, really, if you're looking to help. Drinks don't tend to fix the shop. Kind of like motions around. You can see there's a couple shelves that have been knocked over, a couple broken chairs. There's different bottles. There's like ink spilled everywhere. There's broken glass. Place is kind of a mess.
Well, we rescued someone down. I don't know if you know this. You have a hole in your cellar that goes down to the underground, like the old city.
Can't say we've known about that. Haven't had the shop too long, but
Come, let me show you. We rescued someone from down there, and I open the door.
Okay.
And walk.
They reluctantly hop up from the table, and you kind of see them walking over and following you. Kind of raising an eyebrow to you.
We gotta hide, 7. We gotta hide.
No,
you open the door.
No.
I point
I
at
think we
7.
can reason with these gentlemen.
Okay.
We found him down there, and I walk over to the number 4 cask, and I pull on it again to do the lever.
Sure.
I don't know what's happening, but you have a hole in your floor, and there are monsters down there, lots of them.
Great. Might have been why we got the place so cheap.
Probably.
Don't. We won't be going in the hole in the floor.
I don't recommend it.
We'll, don't have to recommend it. Won't be happening.
Yeah, lots of bodies down there. Lots of dead bodies down there.
Perfect. Even better.
Not because of us. Not because of us. We came down there. They were already dead. As you can see, no blood on my hands.
Well, not
Blood-
because
these
of
are blood
us
free.
two, because we rescued him down there
Yes.
from being dead from monsters.
Yes, this is truth.
All right.
Yeah.
Whether we believe you or not, why don't you leave us alone?
Have a
That-
wonderful day.
That sounds like a
was-
great idea.
Very great
Sir
to
Dwarf.
meet you. I slowly walk
Cannot
towards
say it was the same. Please.
the door,
Yes.
and I back out, and I give to my friends,
They're-
gentlemen.
They come up and are kind
I
of
bid you-
like helping you out.
I bid you good day, Master Dwarf.
On my way out, I look
the
at him and I
same.
go, "My name's Day." Slam 5 gold pieces on the counter and walk out.
Oh. that's very
I'll
generous.
at least help on some ink supplies, and it's better than nothing. Just we can manage. Just don't.
If I'm just gonna throw this out there, I don't have any money because 2 children, if you remember why I came in the store originally, they stole it from me.
All your things.
Emmett, let's go.
Okay,
Come on.
yeah. Well, if you see kids,
Emmett.
we'll be at the free league. Okay, I'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
All right. Wonderful to meet you. All right, I'm out.
You guys find yourselves back on the busy streets of the lower city. And where do you guys want to head?
Where's the speech happening? I would like to head to the speech.
Yeah, what time is it?
It's still early morning. I mean, it's hard to tell. You don't have a way to tell time. The
Sun
is
in the
still,
sky, looking noonish.
It's
up
early
overhead.
morning. It's not quite noonish. It's not
9-y,
like that high.
10-y,
It's
11-y.
probably still somewhere in there. You're not too sure. Yeah, somewhere around 9 or 10. I mean, you guys made a pretty early morning of it and came here first thing. I'm tracking all this down. But yeah, it's still pretty early morning.
Cool.
So yeah,
we have
streets pretty busy. People are talking about this announcement that's going to be made. There's a couple places. Why don't you all three make an investigation check for me?
Oh,
my investigation's amazing. 10.
Great.
Okay.
My investigation's at -1.
Oh,
Beautiful.
wait.
I got a 9.
My
Okay.
investigation is 1.
No,
and he-
I got a 10.
I rolled a 4.
Great.
Wow,
Good
we
investigating,
survived,
guys.
bros.
Yeah. Fuck
I'm
me, dude.
tired.
Okay.
Okay.
I rolled a nat 1 earlier, so today might just not be my day.
As you guys kind of stumble back onto the streets and are like listening, overhearing, eavesdropping on people passing by, and even kind of stopping, asking a couple people, Emmett, you do talk to someone who mentions that there's a number of places that it's like being transmitted from, so to speak.
What?
You honestly, you all know it enough, know the city well enough to know as well. There are these like on various street corners. There's these big, think like a phonograph, like the big sound
Okay.
thing. There's a few of those around. They use it as an alarm system of sorts for the city. But it's a combination of some of the craftsmen as well as some members of the various mages guilds have literally put this like system in place, and it can act as like a PA would for the system. That's usually how anything coming down from the Duke that's official happens, so that everyone in the city can see it, because he would do a speech or whatever from the White Palace, and nobody's going up there, just not even happening. So it's a way that word can get around the entire city easily.
Who's the
It's a
nicest
magic.
looking dude around me?
I mean, you just stop anyone on the street, you can go for it.
Sir, do you have the time?
Probably sometime mid-morning still. I don't believe I'm late for anything.
How long until the Duke's announcement?
Haven't heard. You said something about sometime around noonish or something. I imagine we've still got a few hours before morning things have cleared up, but it's going to be pretty hard to miss. There's usually the fanfare and all.
Yeah.
Do we have time to take a nap?
Do we know where this is happening? Like, is it happening in front of a live audience?
He just said.
Emmett knows, like, in talking to people in the street, you like locally there's a place like up and around the corner that is mentioned to you that you can find, where there's going to be like a showing, however we want to word it. There's a place that you can kind of go that's going to be more, you'll be able to hear it, but if you kind of want to be able to see what's going on without having to go to the upper city, because that's hard to do.
Would I be able to know if I could like go eat at the free league and come back in time? Like that's like within the hour, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you've surmised you've got a couple hours, maybe.
Cool.
I mean, yeah, you've got some time.
I'm down to go rest 7. I am very hungry, honestly.
I could eat.
I did not realize.
So you guys are going to head back to your league hall.
Yeah, let's go back to the league hall.
Yeah. Let's do it.
You travel for a bit. You get back to your league hall. You guys just want. I mean, it's easy enough to grab
like
a meal
to
from
order
kitchens.
food and go to my room.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Cool.
Same. I'm gonna go to my room.
Oh.
I am going to.
It's not so much like a restaurant. You don't have to like order it. It'd be more like a.
It's like a cafeteria.
Think
right?
of it like
It's
a barracks or something. Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Like
I'd like to
there
go
are kitchen staff.
It's buffet
like-
style. Huh?
buffet.
Right.
Day 7.
So-
I need to be alone for an hour, but we should try our best to catch the Duke's
Yeah. Yeah.
announcement.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Kind of
I
take
go
a
up to
bite
my room.
myself.
Yeah.
Do the
Yeah.
same.
So everyone's having a bit of alone
Yeah.
time. Anything of note happening, or do we want to just move through this?
I
quickly?
am going to burn the last spell slot, resurrecting Owly.
Okay, so you're going to cast Find Familiar.
Yes.
Okay. It does take you an hour to perform the ritual.
Right.
You will be using. You did get enough components to recast this from the
Bitch,
shop when you got
That's
the book.
why I didn't
so,
want to do the damn disguise self. You smart, dog.
Um,
You
Who
learned it.
cares?
hey, it's
Good
also a
learning.
ritual, so you can.
Oh.
I mean, so it's all good. It's so
Oh.
you know, it is a ritual spell, meaning as long as it's you don't have to have it prepared to be able to cast it. For one, and two,
Oh.
you can cast it with as a ritual, which takes 10 minutes longer to cast. So it'd be an hour and 10 minutes. But it does not consume a spell slot when you do.
Oh.
That's
I've
new
only cast this
rituals.
once before, like
Yeah.
4 weeks ago. I forgot that little
So-
tidbit. Thanks, Seth.
Now you know. Regardless, you're chilling in your room. You're kind of like studying through the book. You've got this little brazier that you've
I got
set
the
up, and you're
answer.
throwing your incense and all your shit in there, and doing your,
Yeah.
performing your little ritual while you're eating a sandwich or whatever.
Yeah.
You're working on that.
Yeah. I'm gonna take out. I'm also gonna take out the statue of Rissa that Sam made. And I'm just gonna take it out and hold it and look at it and reflect on her and
Yeah.
Owly.
Yeah, you've got this little figurine there, and kind of you perform your ritual. After an hour, you can see that the smoke from this, as everything is burning down, and the incense kind of burns to the end. There's this little big puff of smoke, flash of this kind of like pale blue light, and kind of kicking off from the ashes. There's stark white owl with these smoky blue eyes. Just kind of bobs out, hops over up on the edge of the brazier, gives you a little what's up look. Allie's back.
Owly's back. Welcome
Emmett,
back, buddy.
what do you got going on?
I sit down in the middle of my floor. Take off the
Okay.
necklace. I
Okay.
put it before me.
Yep.
And here we are again. I don't know a lot, but if you're up there, if you are here, if you can hear me, I need answers. I don't know what's happening. And I feel like it's been a really long time. What, 17 years? And I have never felt more lost. So, dear Agosta, Kazmin said this necklace is important. I don't understand what is going on. I'm here and I'm listening. And I would like to meditate.
Okay. Why don't you roll a percentile dice? So it's a D100. So the two D10s, like you essentially have two D10s.
Oh, I know what it is, but my face is...
Yeah. Roll that for me and let me know what you get.
Alright, we're using our Forge Cleric dice. I've never cared so much about a dice roll in my entire life. I've never actually picked out dice to roll in my entire life. I'm also,
show 'em.
I mean, I can't
Here's
really focus
the
on
first
them,
of many, I'm sure.
a 22. Cool number.
22. Okay. Okay. Day, are you doing anything besides just kind of recovering and chilling in your room? You are currently muted, my friend.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah, sorry about that. So
Okay.
meditating, eating, and I go ahead and try and contact Kasmin once again.
Okay.
Kasmin, who is this person that we saw? How come you didn't tell me about her? Is it best that I just continue on my path without thinking twice?
There's no response.
No response. All right, I just go into meditation.
Okay.
Yep, I wait out the hour.
Yeah. Your hour. Well, we're really just like using it as rest time. Is there not anything you want to do with that hour?
No,
Okay,
that's,
just making
that's,
sure.
that's basically it.
Making sure. So, you guys rest for a good hour, hour and a half. We'll let it slide. You guys are taking a short rest in your hall, counted as a long rest.
Oh.
So go ahead and long rest.
Yep.
Which
you all
doesn't count for the exhaustion stuff, though, right? Like, we still have to sleep
No,
at
no, no.
night.
Like you. Yes, exactly.
cool,
this
cool.
is not a long. Like you did
Yeah,
not
no,
take
no,
a long rest.
no.
You took
We
a short rest. You just
yeah.
gained the benefits of a long rest
Sweet.
while short resting in your guild hall. Something I have specific
Our
for,
HP
for
is
this.
is remained at the same.
No. I mean, effectively, you'd get to roll hit dice and heal back up. So this is everything. This is
Cool. Nice.
full health, hit dice back, spell slots, the whole nine. You're topped off completely.
My luck is back?
No, luck
Just-
is not back.
Oh, because you
What?
have to... Okay.
You have
yeah.
to. Yeah, luck is per day, and it doesn't happen until you long rest and the next dawn. That
We
is
have
not
only done a short rest. We just gain most of the benefits from a long rest. This is for anyone who's curious. This is
Okay.
a homebrew thing that Seth made
happening.
about
Yeah.
resting in your free league
At
in your
at
guild.
league hall.
Yeah,
Yeah,
literally in your place.
You're,
Cool.
you went to home. You're gain like
Yeah.
there's special properties for happening here.
Yeah.
Allows you to go a little more, bonkers in the city if you want to, and you're near the hall or can get to it. That's the idea. So it's
cool.
It's good to be home.
You're very
Quite
nice.
literally.
You're very nice. Let's all just thank you, Mecabad.
So just for any of the D&D people or rules people, this is a homebrew game. There's probably a lot of stuff that is not necessarily how it's run out of the book or stuff that you've never seen before because I've created
Flavor, baby.
It's our game.
Yeah, flavor, baby.
So you all finish
yeah.
your rest. You imagine you regroup,
Going
either
back to the
downstairs or
table.
knock at people's rooms or whatever. Yeah. So you find yourselves all together again.
I would like to I'm gonna place a hand on Day's shoulder. I'm sorry I yelled. I am maybe carrying a little bit more than I thought, and I am frustrated at all of this. I don't like being caught up with things I don't understand. I wasn't trying to act stupid or kill us. I was only trying to get answers. I promise. Seven, the same goes to you too. I wasn't just apologizing today, but I yelled at him. I don't know if I have
I'm
to
with
say
you,
that. Okay, good.
Yeah. No. I mean, I listen. I understand you both. We're all. Listen, you two. We're trying to do our best. It's not like we have some roadmap. It's not like we have some tried and true method to deal with the things that we've dealt with. We're just trying to get through it.
Agreed. We have a couple options. We don't have to just wait for the Duke's thing. I kind of want to. It sounds like it'd be answers, but we can still check out Sarad, the High Templar at the archives. Apparently Calcarius is there too, for specific help on the cultists. I don't know if you remember Garrus. It's been a hell of a week, but Garrus told us that we could head there.
Very true.
I wrote that down. I'm trying to look for it.
It's all good.
Personally, I don't see why we can't just wait out the Duke's instructions and then, or whatever his announcement is, and then head to the archives right after. Unless you have something else you'd like to do.
I'd like to see this announcement in person.
Same. Seven?
Agreed.
And just for clarity and as a reminder to you, Emmett, you know you have a specific place where you can do that. That's not far away that you guys can.
Yeah, we can
fairly
walk
easily.
to
So
the.
You can. There's like here's a place where there's a viewing party happening, kind of mood.
We're going to the bar to watch the game.
Exactly. You've been told like there's like a stage and everything that's been set up where
Right.
it's going to be.
I don't have to
broadcast and
paint
better.
my face
I don't know.
Titan blue because I'm already Titan blue. Did I do that on purpose? Tighten up,
Perfect.
baby. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
All right.
hey.
I would like to go to the. Let's do it. Do I see Opgrin?
Okay.
Is he in there?
Upgren is not currently in. Seems like he's out, but it's middle of the day. I mean, he could be making a supply run, working on who knows. Like he's in and out. He always seems busy. Like you've never seen him just like chilling. He's always working on something or doing something. The times you have seen him.
Is his
Upgren
desk
seems
there?
like a busy man. Yeah, his little like desk and his room is the like
Little
door
thing.
to his back room is shut. But yeah, his desk and stuff is there.
Can I go up to his desk and see if there's anything I go up to his desk, see if there's anything I can like write on.
Yeah, I mean, there's like an inkwell and pieces of parchment just out. He's taking lists and making notes and stuff all the time. You can see his big old like drinking horn is like in its little stand off to the side.
I would like to stealthily try to draw a penis on one of his papers and write 7 underneath.
Okay. So I want you to make a performance check for me.
Oh no. Oh no.
It's
Gotta
more of
look
you
over
trying
my
to pass
shoulder.
off that it's like you're even
Just-
trying to make it look like he did.
I'm just gonna leave a note real quick for Opgrin, guys. So just 1 second. It's an 8.
Okay. You scribble down a penis and you write 7 was here.
Mhm.
You haven't seen his handwriting too much to try and replicate it, but you're like, it probably looks like this. And you do that. There's a
I want to make sure the 7
dick
was
drawing
here
and-
is specifically like it's very meticulous. It's not actually artistic whatsoever. Like it's more like a
No,
schematic
not
of a
even.
penis, and the 7 was
Schematic.
here is like very rigid handwriting.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. And I'm just gonna back away and fellas, we if you want to, after you.
All right.
So you all are heading out. We're just going to this like viewing place. Is that the move here?
Yes.
Okay. Excellent. Give me just a minute.
Ooh.
We'll grab
Uh-oh.
Oh shit.
Ooh, what's he gonna?
So scratch
What's
out
gonna
the
grab?
name. I like to have a little fun, 7. You may not know that, okay?
Oh,
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Seth got up.
get it.
Seth got up. Uh-oh. This isn't good. This is not good at all.
I would
Seth,
love to see this speech in person. It's up in the upper city, right?
I couldn't help but notice Seth isn't wearing any bottoms.
Wait. First off, you're lying.
Did you see that leg?
He's got shorts on. Wait. Oh, wait. Dave's trying to talk. Hold on.
Shorts. He's wearing panties right now.
Dave, we've tried to get up there before. I don't think we can.
I did not think you guys were going to get here this early, but that's fine.
Probably, right?
You never know. So let's go.
Yeah, no, we
ahead
usually
and-
meander.
It's,
We
I mean, it's
meander
fine.
around town
Here we
a lot.
are. Right.
We didn't do any meandering this time. I
No,
think
we
we're
did.
tired.
See how well we need to grab.
I think our
that.
characters are just tired.
Okay. So, you all
Wait.
walking down
Tell me-
different like.
Real
ahead.
quick, I've got just a super quick question. Last week I didn't write this down. When we were sifting through all this stuff,
Yeah, you
in
guys
the-
picked. So you picked up a lot of stuff because you were just kind of grab bagging
Yeah.
whatever you could, right? So
Yeah, we didn't go through any of that.
Right, which is okay. That's fair. You all have, I'm gonna say like 2 or 3 of each. Kind of take your pick. It's an assortment. You picked up a couple silver daggers, a couple like short swords, long swords, spears, mace, whatever you would have grabbed. I mean, like there was enough. You could have grabbed 2 or 3 weapons, and probably like a fistful of silver jewelry. Even if you want to
Okay.
put in your notes as a fistful, I'll equate that out to mean something. Because
Okay.
you guys were just kind of grabbing literally whatever you could.
Okay.
So, various buildings on the map here. I didn't shade them all in because that's tedious and I'm lazy.
Yeah.
But streets, you make it through where there's like you're walking up and down the street. There's a lot of people. It's pretty crowded. This is like a little elevated stage at the bottom of frame in the center here. You can see steps going up to it, where there's like a platform that has been like built. Think of like a moving stage or something that's just set up in the middle of a big street. It is kind of sectioned off. There are guards standing around it, which I'll grab in just a second. And people are scattered everywhere. You can see that it is kind of set up where like there's more open space right in front of the stage where some people are already kind of gathered and like holding their seat, so to speak. Think of it as like lawn seating at a concert is the best way I can describe it. Except it's the middle of a street and people are just standing there kind of talking to each other and themselves. There's like, food vendors and stuff set up all on the side. There are some guards you can even see on the rooftops in different stations. There's a pretty strong guard presence, but there's also a lot of people here. So you three, are just here. This doesn't have to be too literal right now.
So is this platform where is the Duke going to be on this platform, or is this just like the
Super
Bowl
this
outside
is
view
where
in the stadium?
Yeah, this is just where it's going to be. I keep using the term broadcast because that's the best I can come up with.
Yeah,
right
of course.
now.
It's magic,
but right. So there are guards near the platform, and they're just chilling like near it. But it's this raised platform. You can see there's a couple of these like stands with these big like sound horns on the end of them, looking like they're going to, which you're familiar with seeing all around the city.
Right.
This whole area is set up to where you can tell whenever it happens, this is where it's going to happen for this section of the city, so to speak. So people are around and gathering. You can talk to people around and gather information if you want. You can scope out the area, whatever you want to do. This is just you guys were talking and said we're going to go ahead and head there. You are here, and you arrive in this little like square where this place is.
Does anything look nefarious or out of place here?
Not really. You can make a perception check if you want to just kind of scan the whole square as you get here. In fact, all of you can.
Ooh, 21. Ooh,
nice. Very nice.
Wait, what should I roll for?
Perception.
Perception as you just get here to see if there's anything weird.
You got a 19.
Okay.
What the fuck, man?
Yeah.
Nice.
I got a 6.
Nice,
close.
Mike.
This is Mike's
Dude, I
day.
am rolling.
The first
Solid,
it
dude.
took this
Solid.
whole time. Finally.
Dude, 10 games, man.
Yeah, as you guys show up, you don't see. There's definitely a heavier concentration of people here than there are, just in the various streets. Like as you were getting here, there's a decently sized guard presence. There's probably close to a dozen guards spread around this entire area. Like I said, there's few guards on like roofs of these buildings around. Even as you guys are hanging out, you can notice even up ahead, you can hear and you look up and see there are a few like griffin riders in the sky above, kind of circling around in the area. There's like a pair of them. But yeah, it's just a busy. Think of like showing up, like early to a concert where they're setting up, and it's like there's just that buzz and energy. Everyone's kind of in anticipation for whatever is going to be said. There's security and just people. You're seeing a pretty good spread of people. I'm just scattering some people around here.
Do I see any discernible members from the Anvil that I would ever know?
You do not. Not down here, and you know that the Anvil is more prominent to the
like upper
city.
Yeah.
But you don't. You don't know. You're now learning that there's a few, but you can't really see. You can't really see anything Anvil related, so to speak.
Fair. I would like to stand against a wall and be away from as many guards as possible.
Okay. Cool. You
That
do
sounds
that. You guys find somewhere and chill. You guys are kind of hanging out in the back. As you all are just kind of listening, you can overhear several people mentioning a bunch of rumors. Some of them are saying how, the Duke has this master plan to take care of this storm. He's been working with several mages guilds. They're going to save us all. There are some people who are very fanatical, siding like with the Duke and how the Duke is kind of, the Duke knows everything, and he's like almost revering him like a god in that sense. And the other half of it is just as fanatical against him, saying how it doesn't matter what he says. This storm has been going on for days, and he hasn't done anything about it. Things have been getting worse. The guards can't protect us. The mages are probably causing this storm. Who are we to believe them? And their opinion of our safety, blah blah blah. It's a very, split decision, so to speak. But yeah, guards are doing a pretty decent job of keeping order. No one's like unruly, or there's no like riots forming. You can see definite groups kind of forming, where it seems like there's like everyone here is mostly working class, but you can see the few who look like they might be a little better off are grouped up. You can see the few who are kind of slumming it and maybe just like living on the streets are scattered around, in their own little like clusters of 3 and 4 folks here and there. But everyone's just kind of apprehensive and waiting. And off in the distance, you can't help but notice that storm is still just there in the sky. It still has that big open central eye from the encounter that happened that you guys kind of helped with in rescuing Asbjorn, but the storm is just there and menacing in the sky above.
Can I spread rumors through the crowd?
You can absolutely try. What do you want? Yeah, you guys are just hanging out here for a little bit, so
Yeah,
if you wanted to come here, it's up to you if you're just hanging out until the announcement happens, or if you want to do stuff, you can. So yeah, go for it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have I'm gonna say hey Allie, do you mind patrolling the city and let me know if you could see Allie, let me know if you could you've got the owl's eye view. Can you Can you maybe just do a citywide run, see if you could actually find where this place is really being broadcast?
Yeah, so you're wanting to send him like all the way to the upper city to try and get to the real place?
Yeah.
That's definitely doable, but you got to remember once he's beyond 100 feet, it's just kind of he's doing his own thing. Okay, but yeah, you can absolutely do that. He'll look to you for a minute, and then he will just take off from your shoulder. And,
just keep an eye on everything from where you're at.
Yeah.
Bye, Allie. I love you, buddy.
Takes off.
Love that owl. I'm gonna try to walk through the crowds and like make up rumors about the Duke. I heard the Duke loves to cross dress. That's what I
heard. Go ahead and make a persuasion check for me.
Oh.
Well, no, this is deception. It's deception.
Oh, how dare you? Okay. If
you're trying to deceive people, it's straight up deception.
Well, alrighty then. I'm a Decepticon. Ooh, 14. Hey, plus my deception, because I'm a thief and a liar, is 4. So that's an 18, sir.
18, okay.
Yeah.
You kind of pull it off, and then after another 15, 20 minutes goes by, you hear some other people now talking about how the Duke might be,
into that.
You're hearing how, maybe he's into that. Maybe you're hearing mixed rumors of like the Duke being like a secret performer, and he does like
I'm not gonna be a dick about it. I'm not going to be a dick about it. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Oh, you're going full Seinfeld. That's what you're doing.
Yeah, you begin to hear rumors about how the Duke has some sort of secret performance under some hidden alias that maybe none of us know. Maybe he's been doing it for years. Some people saying that the Duke may not even be a man after all. Maybe he's been in disguise this whole time, and it is some greater plot, some kind of political. People have taken the bait and are falling for it hard.
Oh my god!
Yeah, that is now spreading through the crowd.
As he walks away, go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say after he walks away for a second. Day. Kazmin is powerful. Do you know how powerful he actually is? This is not. I'm not trying to pry or insult either of you in any way.
I know that he's more powerful than I can imagine.
I'm beginning to see that too. He took over your body in full form, almost.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Well, I do. And it was his voice, and it seemed to be him. I don't know what tricks he may know or how strong
They're
he
not
is.
tricks.
Right, I
From
don't know
another
if
land, remember? He's a god.
Right, you said the Feywild, right?
Yeah.
What?
All right.
What
I'm
is
gonna walk
that?
back to these guys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk back to these guys, not even realizing it's them, and I'm just gonna lean in and be like, I heard the Duke likes to hire prostitutes, have him dress up like a baby, and they spank him while he wears a bib and a pacifier, pass it around. And then I'm gonna notice it's these guys.
Yeah,
So I was like, hey, it's you guys. What's going on?
Who told you that?
Nobody. I'm just passing the time.
Oh,
I'm just passing the time. What are you guys getting? What are you guys getting on about?
I was asking him. Does the Duke do that? That's pretty cool.
No, absolutely not. He might.
Oh, he doesn't do that.
Listen, we don't know that he doesn't do it. So one may assume.
That's.
Unless you heard one.
I don't think that's how facts work. But okay, yeah, sure. If that's good, are you spreading rumors?
Perhaps. Perchance.
Seven. I drew. Can I tell you something? Can I tell you something? Can I tell you something?
Yeah. What's up?
Here's the
Hey.
thing. Here's the thing.
I put my arm on his shoulder.
I feel kind of bad. Do you remember when I left Opkrin a note earlier?
Yeah.
I didn't do that.
Yeah.
I drew a penis and I wrote your name on it.
I love that. That's fantastic. That's very on brand. That's on brand for me, not for
Yeah.
you. But I love that.
Well,
I love that. Hey.
Yeah.
I look at him in the eyes. I say, I love you, and then I say, character growth. And then I touch my forehead to his forehead. Character growth.
I gotta. Goddamn. I gotta.
Yeah. Yep. That happened.
I kind of pull my head back, like. So, are you just awkwardly trying to still do the
Yeah.
forehead?
Get in there. It's
Okay.
all right. It's okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
One day.
Anyway, yes, I was letting you know. Seven, you saw it too, right? I mean, he was his. Casmine took over his whole body. Is that something we should come to expect? Does that happen before?
I asked him to. That time around.
True.
And he took a look around, and that's really the most I wanted out of it. I needed him to be able to see what we were witnessing. He knows more than we do, and that is a good thing.
That is, yeah. I'm glad he's working with us. I keep saying this sentence, and everyone keeps correcting me. Do I sound dumb when I say on our side? I feel like it's pretty clear.
That's pretty clear to me.
It's pretty clear to me
like
too.
I feel like with the cloud in the sky, it's pretty clear cut, right? It's like, hey, either you like that cloud or you don't like that cloud. I get it. I mean, it's not like I feel like that's one of those things where you're kind of either into it or it's kind of hard to be middle of the road.
You never
Where
know.
you see,
Some
like-
people might want it to happen so that's whatever demon they're trying to summon comes through, and once it's in corporeal form, they can kill it.
That's true.
Or
Is
maybe
anyone
they're trying to
listening-
stop it.
Is anyone
Maybe they're
listening to
trying to-
us say all
You
this?
can see a couple people passing by, but everyone seems too involved in their own conversations or finding a place. No one is paying you any particular attention. Not in your immediate area.
Yeah, so it's really hard to say.
Can
To ask whether somebody's motives are aligned perfectly with yours. Motivation is a spectrum, not a black or white kind of thing. And it's asking if, are you at angle 279 exactly the same as us, or if you're 278, then you're the opposite side. You start wondering where somebody polarizes the line between this side and that side if there are only two. Where in a reality, a circle is 360 degrees. So it's hard to choose a side when there are so many aspects involved.
Day, in your mind, you hear the familiar voice of Casmine speak to you, and he says, "Oh, this could prove to be quite fun. I think we should truly give them a show. What do you say, Day?"
Sure, let's do it.
Does he? Do I just hear Day say, "Sure, let's do it"?
He probably
No,
said
that was in my head.
Yeah.
Is there any outward notion that Sam and I might notice that
You may
Evan
see
and
him
I-
like pause for a moment and look like he's just in thought, but I don't think he really
Yeah,
shows
no.
anything. No.
That's pretty standard Day behavior. Him kind of just.
Right.
You may be correct, Day.
Yeah, so it's a difficult question to ask. I think there are more gods in play. No, you have dear ghost. I have Casmine. There are demons. There are other Fey lords. There are Fey lords of the winter, Fey lords of the summer, Fey lords of the autumn.
What is I don't know if I've ever heard of this. What is a Fey Lord?
Imagine gods, the old gods.
Of this Feywild you speak of.
Yeah.
What is that?
Consider it like a dream mixed with nature, mixed with imagination, mixed with chaos, mixed with order, mixed with lunacy, mixed with stern rules, mixed with gambling.
Is this somewhere you grew up? Is this a place you went to? I'm confused.
It's a place that I live.
Day, you're having this conversation, and there's kind of this. You get a bit of a headache, slowly starting to set in, and you can kind of feel like a light shortness of breath. Nothing major, but it's enough that now you kind of have noticed it. I need you to make a wisdom save for me real quick.
Ruh-roh.
Wisdom save. Natural 1.
Okay.
Wow.
It's been far too long, and you just remembered you still have 2 of those berries remaining, and it's time to take.
Seth,
you're
so damn good, dude. Oh my god.
Like it's not like you're talking with them, and it's kind of like you pause in the moment of conversation, and then you're like, oh, and it's like it's almost like when you're working and you have a headache and you kind of don't pay attention to it, and then you become very violently aware of it very suddenly. It's not that the headache is bad; it's more just like, oh man, like this is onset, and it's probably been like this for a while. I need to just do like you all see him having this conversation, and Day just reaches in and he pulls out this small jar, pulls out one of these berries, pops it in his mouth, and continues talking to you all.
What was that? What is that?
This is a berry.
Are you hungry?
I think you might have seen him before. It was a berry. I pulled him out at another time. It's fine.
Have we ever seen those berries before?
Pocket berries.
You've seen them once before, but
Pocket.
he ate one before. I mean, just ate a berry. I mean, whatever. Maybe he's just having a snack
Berry.
attack. Not sure.
Just ate a berry. Ain't no thing.
It's like it's like a big, fat, juicy grape.
Did
a
you
really
bring
swollen blueberry?
Did you bring snacks and you didn't bring enough for everyone?
Yeah. What about us?
I've one left. If you would like to share one.
Sure.
Would you like to share a berry?
Yeah.
You guys want to share a berry?
I mean, I already ate, but I mean, it's been an hour, so.
Yeah, sure. I'll eat half this berry.
For snacks, of course. DM?
Yeah,
Sure.
DM.
Would I ever think there was anything
Yeah.
nefarious going
right.
on with
Yeah,
this?
You have seen him eat one before, and you
That's
just
it.
saw him eat one now.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's
fat berry.
cool. Sweet. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you want us to,
So
I'm
are
hungry.
you-
I'm always hungry.
It's up to you. If you want a berry, you want a berry. I'm gonna go ahead and put it back. Unless would you like one?
I can always eat. I got to be honest. And I slap myself on the stomach. Ow.
All right. I go ahead and do a quick little choppity chop. Give a piece to
You are
each.
both given a half of this very swollen. It's very tart and like super juicy. It's just like an overly
Wait.
juicy grape.
Is it the berries that we saw that were drawn that time?
Yeah, it
Yes.
says. Tarty. Very, very tart. Yeah, that's good. Do you have
both
more?
been given a half of one. If you are eating one, I need con saves from everybody.
Oh, balls.
Why would you offer your...
You asked. I was like, yeah, it's just a berry. I don't want you to know anything about it. I'm gonna
Very
blame it
good.
on something else.
Let's keep it
Berries
going.
are- A con save. All right.
Yep.
You start tripping balls, dude. We're gonna know. That's a 4.
19.
Plus whatever your save is.
Plus my save, so that is 2. So it's a 6.
Okay.
I
a
lick
6, a
my
19.
tusks.
And what about you, Day?
I got a 14.
14. Okay.
what'd you guys
Yeah,
get?
I mean it tastes pretty good. It's a little medicine-y, like as you know, like it's very, very juicy. It's like a super juicy fruit. And you like the juice is a little bit medicine-y, almost like cough syrup or something might be, but the aftertaste is very sweet. And it's like it's some weird kind of fruit you've probably never had before. It's like tastes like fruit.
That's delicious.
I mean, nothing to make you be like, what's going on here?
That's delicious, Dave. If you have more, where did you get these? I'd like to buy some.
Yeah, we'll see the next time we can get some of those. I think I kind of want to talk to Jet about where I can get some other stuff. In the back of my head, I just kind of assume that they know what it is. Like I'm thinking that they know exactly what they're getting into. I'm
Maybe,
like,
or it's kind of like
we'll talk to Jet.
you took what you're. I mean, it's kind of one of those like, we'll see how this goes. You're not like that overly concerned about it, but you're like,
That's fine.
Whatever. They're in it now.
Yeah.
7, as they're finishing out this conversation and you're looking around, your vision is like mildly vibrating. Think of if you're like shaking your head back and forth left to right really quickly. That's happening, and it's kind of one of those like you think to see, like you think you're moving, you're not.
Hey
a
now.
little strange.
Hey now, this is new. Do I know? Do I put it together? Would I be like, oh?
I mean, not yet, but the only thing that's happened differently so far is you ate this thing, and now your vision's a little weird.
All right, I'm into it.
So something is definitely happening. I mean, yeah, you have enough knowledge to know that something's going on with your vision. It's just a matter of if you want to say anything about it or just see what happens.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna keep it under my hat for now.
Okay.
I was trying to find that berry art. Any idea where that's the one that Bearded Jalapeno did.
It is.
I wanted
We
to
can pull it
to
up
show
if
it off.
anything on the. Yeah, it's.
We'll pull it up at the
all
break.
the art is in the archives. We can pull it up
Yeah.
at the break. So, so I wasn't trying to cut off the conversation. Keep it going. You were speaking about Kazmine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Well, Kazmine, thank you for your help. I know I can be frustrating to get along with, I think. And I'm just trying to help myself.
I think that any kind of hard ego driven moments he finds more cute than anything, unless you start risking your life, because having you around is better for my survival, and my survival is better for him. Feel me? And anything else,
so.
any offense, I think he'll be like, oh, that's funny, human. You know, I don't think he takes us very, very heavily as such to ever be offended by. Do you see?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's my opinion of it.
Yes.
He might say otherwise, but I don't think you ever have anything to worry about with him. He's here to help.
I hold out my hand. This is for both of you. It's kind of weird, but thank you.
You
It's
got
good
it.
to know someone is on our side.
You're welcome.
After some time, as you guys finish this conversation, you do kind of begin to hear just this fanfare of trumpeting, and it seems like it's kind of echoing coming from all around you. You can notice the crowd kind of like audibly, there's this raise of excitement and people gasp and kind of like begin to push the front. You can see there are a few of the guards that actually take up to the stage, and you can see them like set up this thing. This basically looks like they're setting up a like a projector screen or something, so to speak, right? So there's this like scaffolding pole that's pulled up. There's this long screen that is pulled down, and you can see a couple of robed figures. They're in these like ornate blue and purple robes with white and yellow stars all over them. They've got these silvered hoods that are lined up on the edge, and they drape them down. You can see them kind of stand in front. They definitely begin making some sort of arcane gestures.
Who are these dudes? Have I noticed anything like them in the city before?
You've probably
magicians?
seen this garb you would recognize. You as well. These are members to one of the various mage colleges. This one in particular, actually belonging to the main mages guild of Free Leagues. That's all magic users.
Damn.
This is from a league known as the Tempered Will.
The Tempered Will.
Tempered Will League.
These guys are doing some gestures, and you can see basically think like hologram style almost. There's this image like conjured onto this screen of the White Palace, and you can see there
Sick.
several guards at the royal guards, the praetorians in their shining gold armor with the just red ribbons and stuff coming off of them. There are ones mounted. There are leagues of griffin riders everywhere, and you can see it's just kind of a straight on view of the White Palace and these huge alabaster steps coming down from it that lead to this small platform. There's all these banners. The Duke is in a very formal attire, and you can see him kind of approach and step up onto this small platform in front of this small pillar with a podium set up. He kind of raises a hand out, clearly addressing the crowd of people that are actually there for this outside of the palace gates. Fanfare's cut off. He begins to speak, and the sound is all projecting through this whole square through these horns. And then there's a moment of silence as the fanfare stops, and you see him lower his hand down, and there's this pregnant pause as everyone is just waiting to hear him speak.
Have I ever seen the Duke before?
Not this one. You probably knew of him.
Oh.
He was newly elected when you were younger and before you left the city, but this is probably your first time ever seeing him.
Seeing this man? Oops.
Correct. He is fairly young. We're talking early 20s, maybe mid 20s. Human male.
Oh.
He has kind of just shaggy brown hair, very clean cut face, and kind of soft features. You can tell he's younger, but he's also looks very educated and very stern. He's maybe it's faking it in this position of authority, or maybe it's earned for a reason. It's hard to tell, but this is the Duke of the city. So there's this brief pause, and then he speaks. Citizens of Cadwallon, I thank you all for your attention and for your patience. We have had trying times indeed, and I know a resolution has been on all of our minds. I've spoken with the High Council, and I have spent many a night thinking of a solution of progress for our city, for this beacon we have become for all of our clash. I urge you to cast down your fears and worry no longer, for the Council and I and my trusted advisors through the words from the Templars, the mages of our great colleges, and from you, the people of this city, I believe we have our answer. I know many of you look to the leagues as a source of hope. They have saved us in trying times. It is something that the city has been founded on, and I would do well to remember that. However, and there's kind of this, you can see people start to look to each other and begin to murmur.
We should get out of here.
However, I feel that the leagues may be nothing more than old tradition at this point.
What did he
We
just
should
say?
leave. No, we should leave.
What?
I don't
We
think
should
so.
leave.
I
We should
want to
at
hear
least-
this. I want to hear this.
I feel that if we are to move forward and face our problems head on, we should not look to the militia or local volunteers, hired hands. We should take ownership of our problems and handle them accordingly. I feel that the leagues have done well in their time and have aided us, but I believe that time is closing. I am making a motion to the council for the leagues of our city to dissolve. I am not asking them to leave. They are members of our city, as all of you are. But I feel it's best if we leave things to the gods of this city, who dedicate their time and their lives to protecting those of everyone else. And the League seek their glory and their battle and their bloodshed, and no longer will it sully the streets of our fine city. They can seek their glory and adventure elsewhere. If they wish to protect the city and those within it, then they can take up arms and join as the god, where they can follow orders.
That
and
is
be monitored.
bullshit. This is bullshit.
You're hearing both sides kind of the crowd pipe up as well. There are some who are uproariously against this as well, speaking on things the leagues have done for business, for city, and others who are siding with the Duke, calling out that, yeah, the leagues have been a problem. I've had, you're hearing people tell of how leagues start fights and it's vigilante justice and all kinds of mixed emotions. The guards kind of have to secure the area a little more heavily, as people are it's almost like a mini riot, and guards are calming people down. But it's thick
like
in here. There's a lot of tension.
This is our Sokovia Accords. I want to warg into my owl, if possible. Is it possible? Probably not. Right? He's probably too far away. Never mind.
He's pretty far, but you last just sent him, I guess, to explore, to get up to this real place. There you can even hear through the projection, and you can see the Duke kind of raise his hands again to calm the crowd in front of him. And there's that moment of silence again as he releases his hands once more. He says, in regards to this terrible storm, he kind of looks over his shoulder up at the sky. We have word that there is some sort of cult activity, and any and all who are associated with it are being seeked out and will be rooted from the city like the plague that they are. We will find those responsible, and if any of you have any dealings that you hear, report to the local authorities. Any pertinent information will in fact be rewarded. You can see his attitude has changed as he's begun speaking about this, and you can see he looks and is speaking almost vengeful. It's a little unsettling. As often as you guys have dealt with him and seen them too, he's almost got the same demeanor as the lead cultist did when he was performing that ritual. It's an uncannily close resemblance that kind of would cause all of you to raise an eyebrow at that. It seems off though. Do remember this city, Cadwall in itself was built upon its people coming together under a common cause, and we cannot perform any of these actions without your help. Give us time and we will see this through. Thank you all, and stay strong. And you can see him turn and begin to walk in, and as soon as he turns and leaves the platform, people both present at the palace, you can hear over this projection as well as here on the square, kind of break and immediately begin. There are some people are immediately arguing over
You're right, Dick.
being on his sides or not. Very, very quickly, people are scattering, and some people are shouting about how can he do this? We need the leagues. Other people who are kind of giving a good riddance. It's been a long time coming sort of vibe. But it's just there's a bit of the guards begin kind of again trying to settle people and escorting these mages out. They're packing up the stage and stuff. But it's the decree is happening.
Emmett, what was the name of that woman you met, Lysandra?
Lysandra, yes.
We need to find her.
What?
He messaged me. I kind of look at him, at both of them. We need to get back to the Free League. We need to get out of here.
The Free League and then out of there. That Free League knows that we know a lot about these cultists. And I message...
Garrus may be
Seven
able
as
to
well.
help us.
let's just get out of here. I don't like being here. Let's start walking back.
Yeah, let's go.
Uh,
I am.
on my way back, I'd like to sell all the silver stuff that I got.
Okay, so yeah, you'll stop at a local shop. Heck, you can stop at Orson's and see Durham. You're just gonna sell all the silver things you picked up to him.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm fine with it being that. We'll say you pick up 250 gold.
On the way back, do I see the Jagaran lady who was selling the little flowers with the kids? Like, I don't know if this is that path at all, but I'm always keeping an eye out to see if I see them.
Sure. Given that you're gonna like try and like actively be searching for her, go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
4.
Okay. You don't see her, and even then, you kind of remember she was more set up. A, it was evening, and B, it was like she was set up kind of near the street. This is like packed with people. No one could even really do that. It's all they can do, like squeeze in, like, you know, food vendors trying to like pop up a little stand or something.
Right.
So it might not. She's not out. A, it might be too active, and B, there's just too many people she couldn't really set up. So she's not. She's not here, anyways.
I head back to the Free League.
Okay.
Oh wait, can I sell my stuff too? With
You
the
can
day?
absolutely, yeah. I mean,
Same deal?
We'll make a stop with everyone, Emmett, just because they're stopping into the store. Unless you want to leave them and just head straight to the.
I mean, I'll walk with them, but I didn't grab anything.
Sure, I know. I'm
grabbed
just
one
saying.
silver
I'm just trying to piece everyone together to where if you're wanting to.
Yeah. I'll stay with them.
go
Yeah,
with
of course.
them.
No.
Cool.
Don't split the party.
Yeah, 250 to you as well. 7. As you sell just silvered weapons and jewelry. Oh no, you're selling the jewelry and everything too, right? You're selling everything that you picked up, the weapons as well as the fistfuls of jewelry.
Yeah.
With the silver
here?
daggers, or the sword that I found, would that be better than the ones that I currently have, or if it's like the same?
Stat wise,
Yeah.
no. I mean, they're silver weapons,
Yeah.
but stat wise, no.
All right. So I mean, if they're the same stat wise, I'm just gonna toss them, sell them.
Okay. Revise that 250 to if you're selling all the silver jewelry and stuff you picked up as well. I'm fine to up that to 450, so an additional 200.
Okay.
And this is just jewelry, right?
Yeah, like there's there's no gems or anything in them. It's just like, you know, a couple silver rings, some bracelets, a necklace, a chain, that kind of stuff. It's just.
All right,
I'm
beautiful.
gonna call
While we're at
Allie back.
Orson's, can I look around for anything that might strengthen my abilities in any way? Can I like? Man, I'm looking for some kind of gloves. I'm looking around. I'm looking for like a hat. Looking around.
I mean, if we're at this point, what are you like? Let's actually have this, and you can talk to the people who want.
All right, yeah, I
Besides
like
just
that.
to pass by. So you're in there. You've sold stuff to Durham. He's given you money.
Yes.
So if there's other stuff you want to look for, go for it.
I go ahead and come upstairs real quick.
We're
look around for
I can
the-
come back to instead of the map. We might not be back.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. So what do you want to look for?
Kind of looking around. I put down the empty jar of berries. Slide it over. Thanks. Is there anything else like this that I can get?
Just need like a container or something. Got a few options, I suppose.
Looking for something to put in the container, but you know what? Never mind. I go ahead and put it back in my pocket. Listen, I'm looking for something that might aid me in. I suppose anything to keep me hidden, keep me safer. Do you have anything that would be light enough for a skinny guy like me to hold on to?
I mean, I've got a couple pieces of light armor. Just want something padded? We can see what we can do for you, but kind of waiting on a couple trips, as it were, to really restock what we've got.
Do you have anything magical that you've been looking to find a buyer for?
If you're gonna want something magical, you're gonna have to head to the shops in the upper city, where most of the higher priced items as well as enchantments are. But We just kind of keep running the mill stuff. Doesn't mean we don't get exotics from time to time, but that's on trips, and we haven't gone on one yet. Waiting on Orson to finish all this council business, and now that this decree has happened, we'll probably be able to make our way on the road again. Manager will leave sometime tomorrow. Who knows? A few days, a week or so. Depends on where the big guy wants to take us exactly. But
Right.
we'll be back with whatever we find.
Okay, well, thank you so much for your time today. I was hoping to find something of interest, but I suppose I'll come back another time. Thank you.
Yeah,
Right.
it's I'm gonna go upstairs and see if I can't see our old Nomi buddy Falric. See if he's
Okay.
around.
You head upstairs. You ring the bell, and sure enough, after a bit of time, you see him climb those stairs and pop up on the counter. He kind of sees it's you, and you see him like sit down on the counter. Fold his hands in his lap.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Well, I didn't think I would be seeing you all so soon. Imagine you've got a bit of something for me, huh?
I got a few knickknacks here and there. Nothing I think you'd find particularly interesting. I'll be honest, our hunts of late have been pretty standard. Nothing exotic, nothing of interest. I've got some more of those ornate daggers, cultist daggers, the same old robes and stuff, the stuff that I've given you before. I do have this.
Where's the good stuff, huh?
I do have this. Might be a little morbid for you, but I take out the tiefling horn that I took off, and I say, "Hey, this took this off a demon we fought not too long ago. I might be able to sell this to an alchemist or something. Get
You took on a demon.
a tiny demon.
Yeah, it's a small horn, but
Yeah,
guess start small. Let's have a look.
here you go.
He's checking it out. You can see he pulls out this monocle. Eye gets huge again as he's looking at this thing. Well, I suppose this could cover your costs anyways. I'll take it from... This'll satisfy the contract, at least for the first bit. You're the only one that made it back. Where's your friends?
The others are downstairs. Picking up
outside.
your usual.
I didn't.
Your
go in.
usual. They're checking out the usual traveling gear. Have you heard the decree?
I did, and to be honest, sounds like a bad idea. It's not the first time they've brought it up, but the Duke's word is supreme, I suppose. However, something like the dissolvation of the leagues is something that's got to be passed by council, half of which are running leagues of their own. So we'll see how that plays out. Eh?
Interesting.
This is where the political game of Cadwallon comes into play, I suppose. This is where it's who you know and what you can do. But Duke is a powerful man. He does run the city and all. But we'll see. At the very least, I can imagine a bit of duress on all the leagues and your poor souls as well, I'm sure. Very least, the Duke does know one thing about money and doesn't let that interrupt his financial standings, being the Duke and all. So at the very least, us among the guild masters and the ferrymen have it made quite all right. We take care of our own, shall we say. I did offer you a promise, though, and you see him drop down and kind of disappear. You hear him you see that hat get snatched up off the coat rack. He jumps back up, and he puts it on real quick and fixes it for a moment. It's just this green Robin Hood kind of cap with this white feather sticking back. He just says, you were playing around with this last time you were in the shop, right?
I was having a little bit of fun.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty nifty, and I did give you a promise, very, very stupidly, if I remember. Anyways, deal's a deal, and I do not break my word. You see him kind of stand at attention for a moment, and he just says, "Show me the path." And you see the arrow or the feather on the hat just flips forward and is pointing in a different direction. And he says,
What?
Yeah, that's,
What?
That's north. Pretty handy bit of traveling gear. Kind of just takes it off. Says, so if you find yourself out on the road, and he just tosses it to you. Who knows?
How about that?
Right.
Why, thank you.
Bit dramatic with the
The-
feather and everything, but oh well. Not quite magically inclined enough to create it. I would have made something a little more subtle, you know?
Thank you. All right, now I'll be able to figure out which way is north, like a compass.
Right, you've got a bit of navigation built into your hat there, and you look like an idiot doing it, which is lovely.
Not, that's not a. You know what? That's a look that I'm quite familiar with. Hey,
Well,
Master
can't
Gnome.
imagine people will be looking at you in the woods anyways, but carry on.
Master Gnome, thank you for your time. I'm gonna. I slide a gold piece across the table as a show of goodwill and
Yeah,
tip. Thank you.
He kind of gives a nod, picks it up, bites it real quick, and slides it in his pocket.
Good day, Master Gnome.
Do take care.
I'll call it.
I'd like to
compass.
head upstairs as well, see if I can find anything up there that I like.
Okay, so
Take a walk up and see.
you come upstairs as well. Well. I guess that's 2 or 3. Good to see you again. Anything you're interested in? Anything you've got to show me, perhaps?
I've got very little to show. I have money to buy though. If you have anything of interest for me, Is there anything you can-
Ends, sure, but
I like staying far away from my enemies, and as I go out there, I think it'll help you to have me farther away from them, because then I'll come back alive.
I've got well, until we head off again, at least I've got 3 things left, but they're good. You see him disappear behind the counter, and he comes up and he sits. There's a small, like, little brown wooden box that he sits up there. There's another kind of like circular wooden. It looks like it's like a compass. There's just like a red needle in the middle of this wooden circular compass. And then he also reaches into his coat pocket and sits this little box of matches on the counter. This is about the best I've got of exotic. Suppose take your pick. Depends on what your needs are. We'll just start from the beginning, hey?
Yeah.
He opens up the small wooden box. Like, he picks it up and holds it in front of you. You see him like open it up, present it to you. He's like, "This is something quite strange I picked up from a traveling salesman from the north. I don't know if it's alive or what it does, but I know it's very weird. And well, quite frankly, I'd just like to get it off my hands. We'll say 50 gold. Tell you what, 40 gold and it's yours." And he just kind of presents the box to you. It's just a small wooden box, and inside of it is this like brown and black, like bristly caterpillar, maybe. Like, you can't. There's just this like lump of hair in this box. It's kind of weird looking. It's not moving, but it's just. And he's just like,
What is this?
it's disturbing, is what it is. But yeah, I bought it under pretense that it was some sort of a pet. It hasn't moved. I'm kind of afraid to poke it and see if it moves. You figure it out. At the very least, 30 gold, and you can have it.
What are these other things here?
Said, well, we've also got this. He picks up the small compass and presents it to you. Reaches into his pocket again and pulls out this tiny, like, blue glass bead. And he, like, sits the compass down and puts the bead in front of it, and you can see the needle pointing at the bead, and he's, like, moving the bead around it and the needle following it.
Oh.
He's like, this is a nifty little contraption. Something one of the members of the archives actually made for me. Quite a nice little piece. Imagine it'll come in handy in travels. I've used it a couple times. It's known as a point of interest. Funny name.
I like this. In the third one, what is this?
These, he picks it up and you just hear him shake it. These are reversible matches. Don't know when you need to not start a fire and why you do it with matches anyways, but magic is weird like that. Pretty nifty though. You got fire or anything? Can you make flames? Candle, matches, anything?
Do you have something that can be lit?
He pulls out a big piece of paper.
I Eldritch Blast in here, yo. That's a little.
Yeah,
Your
dude.
Eldritch Blast is not fire either.
Yeah, you're gonna fucking blow out the fucking side of the shop.
Would it set it on fire though?
Kill the poor guy.
No, it's energy. It's force damage. It just
Okay.
like knock a hole in it.
And then we hear a huge explosion coming from upstairs.
in your whatever adventuring kit that you have, what kind of pack you have. I'm sure you have torches and a tinderbox.
Yeah, I've got
Yeah,
Yeah,
something,
we already
right?
figured
Yeah.
that out last time.
I'll
too.
light it. I'll light it.
Sure. So you light the edge of the paper, and you can see like it's burning up, and you see him open the box, and he pulls out a match. You can see that these are like blue-headed matchsticks, and he strikes it on the counter real quick, and he holds it to the fire where the paper is, and you can see that fire kind of like take over it. The fire like flickers blue real quick, and like almost flares up like flash paper would, but as it does and the smoke clears, he's holding a whole piece of paper. So that's
Whoa.
pretty interesting. Reverse matches if you feel the need.
What?
Whoa.
How much for the matches? How much for the point of interest?
Point of interest is 100 gold pieces, and for the matches, I think it's close to 10 or so still in there. We'll say another 80 gold for the match. How's it?
I'll take the point of interest, please.
Slides it
How come
forward.
How come
Pay
his
him
point of
100 gold.
interest doesn't make him look like a dumb?
They're different purposes. The point of interest, he'll show you the way it works. It's so it's like it's a compass, except that needle will always point towards that glass bead as long as it is within a mile of it. So it's a compass, but it's
oh my god! It just hit me like I was like, wait, that sounds
I saw
silly.
all
Wait a
stages
second.
of-
Wait a
Oh my
second.
god, you just gave him verve paper for any One Piece fans out there, however you say that.
Nice.
I may have. That's not the paper, but that's sort of where the idea came from.
That's so
And is
sick.
there anything else you can tell
Yeah.
me about this robe?
Vire paper.
It works. Stay still, just like I told you last time. Have you had a chance to use it yet?
Yes, it works well. I haven't gotten to use it I haven't gotten to see the limits of its use yet.
Again, it makes you're not invisible. You just blend in. Stay still, stay quiet, and you'll, for all intents and purposes, become invisible as if you're just another rock or tree or something. Can't say that, acting while underneath its shroud will cause you to remain that way, but if something can't see you in the first place, you don't really need the aid of the cloak.
Right.
Again, all liability falls on you, the customer.
All right. I think that'll be all today, sir. Thank you very much for your time.
As always, a pleasure. And do come back. I imagine we've got a trip planned with Orson coming up. Who knows what we'll uncover in our journeys. We plan to be, well, we're making quite a trip, headed quite far out east, and plan on coming back with some pretty good stuff. So who knows? Come back,
Great.
check in, whatever hole. If I need to, I'll send word. You know how it goes. That is
Thank
if
you.
the leagues are still standing by the time we get back. But either way, I'll be making money.
Great. Yes. Of course.
All right. Anyone making anything else? Any other purchases? Anything we want to do here, or is the plan to head back to the hall?
I'm sitting outside, and I would like to.
Yeah.
I just want to keep thinking about this whole Duke thing. Did he look like the cultist, or is it just
No.
the face he made? The
Yeah, like it was one of
expression?
those. The expression, like it's like for you, it was a side by side, not like but it was the same kind of, like he made the face when he said, we're handling the cult and anyone, we're like rooting them out like a plague. Give us information on them, like don't worry about them, we're taking care of the cult. It was almost like a vendetta. It was the same determined look that the guy gave when he told them stay focused on this ritual and like was looking to you guys like he was going to deal with you. Same look.
I'd like to, however long they took in the shop, to be standing outside staring into the storm.
Okay.
Do I see
Give me.
anything?
I will let you give me 2 perception checks
Oh, hey,
for that time frame.
is there any way I could? Because I called back Owly.
Okay, you want to pop him back him.
Yeah, pop
Okay.
back Owly. is there any way? Fuck, man, it's fucking goddamn stupid. I don't know how to talk to the damn owl. Well,
He
let's
pops
see if the
back
owl.
on your shoulder. Yeah, he's there.
Owl, did you see anything weird? There. Could you peck? What was it? Peck.
One peck
Peck
for
one
yes,
for yes,
two
twice
peck
for-
for no.
Looks for no. Yeah. Did you see anything fucking weird while you were there? Anything, Owlie? Can you give me anything?
He pecks on your shoulder once.
Oh shit! God damn it, dude! I'm gonna run outside and tell Sam.
Who?
Emmett.
There you go.
Yeah.
I rolled
Alright,
a 1. Well,
Okay.
which is technically a 3 and a 9.
Well, yeah. I mean, technically, again, I like to flavor it as
Yeah.
you technically can only crit fail or critical hit on attack rolls and stuff like that.
But a 1 and a 9, essentially.
Right. I'm gonna throw flavor in there. 1s and 20s still mean something.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you don't really know. You're still hearing the same like mixed, both sides of the argument on this whole degree that's happened. That's definitely all anyone is talking about currently. And then your other, you don't really notice anything different other than it's just there. It has definitely slowed down where it was like kind of maelstrom spiraling in the sky.
Yeah.
And there's that big central eye that's just remained clear. It's not this like growing storm. It seems like it's weakening, but it's still maintaining itself. Like it's died down in the past like week that you've seen it. It's not like this building terrible storm with like flashes of thunder and all this other stuff. It's dissipating, but it's still maintaining. Eventually you hear the doors fling open, and running up to you quickly is Seven with an owl on his shoulder.
Are you done shopping?
Forget about shopping. Although I got this really cool hat. I take it out real quick, put it away. I say it.
Yeah.
Owlie saw something. I don't know what Owlie saw. I can't really
What?
talk to Owlie. But
Well,
we have got a communication system.
Ask Allie more. Allie, what did you see?
Just kind of like cocks his head to
Yeah.
the side, looking at you.
We got a system. It's 1 peck for yes, 2 pecks for no. I asked him if he saw anything weird going down because he had the bird's eye view of the.
Right.
He says that, and the
speech.
owl just pecks down on his shoulder once
Well,
again.
Allie, was it the Duke? Was the Duke weird?
2 pecks for no.
Oh no, not the Duke.
Was it the speech?
2 pecks.
Was it? Okay, all right.
Oh,
Did it have to do? Was there something there that shouldn't have been there?
1 peck for yes. And that's where we'll take our break.
I'm gonna feed Allie. I'm gonna give Allie Owlie treats.
Allie's
A little
so
Owlie
sick.
snack.
Yeah, if you guys are ready to go, jump
ready,
right back
dude.
into it. Cool. Everybody?
Yeah.
Mike?
Yeah, man. I am here.
Austin,
I'm ready.
You down to jump back in?
Ready
Going
to go?
back in.
Taking some notes. And I'm
Beautiful.
good.
Chat, we love you. Thank you all for hanging out. We do appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
So much. You got no idea. For real,
Thank you guys.
We're here. We're queer. Get used to it.
Heck yeah.
We're here. Mike's queer.
All
Hey,
right.
you're the one.
Oh,
Hey,
we're
you're the
all
one who said you'd let us
So-
make out with you.
Right
that's-
back
Look,
outside.
sounds good.
Day, I imagine you finish up
You
your
would,
purchases, and you also come outside. You can see Emmett and Seven kind of like standing there with Allie on his shoulder, and they're like frantically asking the owl a whole bunch of questions. Let's get right back into it. So the last question you asked was, did he see something? Like you asked if he saw something weird. Was it the Duke? Was it something that happened at the speech? He said no. Trying to remember, what was the last thing you asked? that
Did
he
you
gave
see
yes
any? I can just restart. Did you see any cultists? Green robes,
No.
2 pecks.
Yeah.
Day. Is Day outside?
Yeah, like day comes out and sees you all interrogating the owl.
Okay. So Seven sent Allie off to check out the Duke, the actual thing. Day. I think you were right. We should have tried to find our way up to him. He saw something weird. You can ask him a question, and 1 peck means yes, 2 pecks means no. We're trying to figure it out right now.
Yeah, it's about you arguing about it last week.
Well, 1 for yes, 2 for no. Just a
Yeah,
refresher.
that makes sense.
Yeah, that's totally.
And I think you mean an hour ago.
Yeah,
Got
yeah.
an hour ago. That's right.
Okay, yeah. What do we know so far?
Well, there was something at the Duke's speech. Allie, you're talking specifically at the platform where the Duke was speaking, correct?
The owl just like turns its head and just is like looking right at you, Seven. Just like, are you serious right now? He's just giving you this like.
Okay, it's good to know you also have attitude.
I think that's a yes.
Fine. He saw something that wasn't supposed to be there. That's what I know. Okay?
Hex one's for yes. After you say that.
Was it human?
Pex once for yes again, and then like he pecks for yes, and then you see him kind of like hop in and like around kind of on your back of it, Seven, and he's like pecking you in the back of the head, like to get your attention. It's not too far, but like you can feel him like pecking at your head, and he's like pulling at your hood.
Oh,
yeah. Maybe we should follow this bird somewhere.
Yeah.
Was it an elf?
It just keeps going at the back of the head and like pulling.
Bird, you want
like
to
it
follow
nips
you?
at your ear, and then it's like pulling,
Bird.
like, trying to like pull your hood off of your head.
Right, yeah, let's go. Okay, I guess I'll take my hood off and then ask him if Bird, you want me to follow you somewhere?
2 pecks for no, and then it goes back to pecking at your head. When it's answering you all, it's like pecking on your shoulder, down, and now it's like
was it hooded?
Pecking at the side of your head a whole bunch.
Is there something? I'm gonna check my head, I guess, and check to see if there's anything on me.
Okay. I mean, you feel around. You don't see anything or do anything. You two see the owl just like.
Was the creature the creature had a hood on?
It's kind of ignoring you, and it's still just it's trying to get to or show you something, and it's like pecking the back of Seven's head, and like it's pulled his hood down a whole bunch.
Seven, take off your pack. See if there's anything in your pack Owlie's looking for, huh?
Dave, can you speak to this owl by any chance?
No.
Have you tried?
Why don't you and Emmett both make a perception check for me?
I am so not perception.
Not 1, baby.
Beautiful.
Plus 2, so I get a 3.
7.
Okay.
LOL.
I mean, yeah. Take it as you will. You don't notice anything different. There's just this owl that seems like it's assaulting its owner, and you guys are trying to still ask it questions. I mean, 7. It's like, but he's clearly doing something to be like, hey, what are you doing? Like he's like evading you and pecking at the back and like side of your head, kind of behind your ear. It's pulled your hood off and it's just like hitting the same spot over and over and over.
What is behind my ear? Yeah, was he a half? Allie, was it a half elf?
Oh, was there somebody?
Was
there somebody speaking or forcing the Duke to say those words? Somebody in his ear, so to speak, Owlie?
Still ignoring you, still just repeatedly pecking onto 7.
What the hell? All right, is there? Fuck. Shit. I get. Shit, man. Fuck, dude. I'm freaking out, man. Like, fuck. Did somebody do something to me? Are we fucking under attack? Is somebody watching us right now?
I looked to the
would be the first time.
rooftops. Do I see anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I see anything.
Make a perception check. Both of you.
Yeah.
14.
Suspicious in the general area. That's a 17. Hang on, there we go. That's a 17. Okay.
I mean, you don't see anyone around that's like suspicious other than the normal person on the street. No one is like spying on you. No one like seems normal. Just clearly the owl is doing something.
Yeah.
Why don't all of you make just a flat intelligence check for me?
All right.
Okay.
So just roll and add whatever your intelligence modifier is.
Seth is trying. He's trying to help me. I love you, Seth.
You got a 10 total, baby.
My 9 intelligence is gonna love this. 5.
My intelligence is shit, but I'm gonna roll for it. That's a 7, and my intelligence is 1. So it's an 8.
Okay.
God damn, dude.
Okay. Day,
I'm not playing.
Day, you kind of like you see. It seems like he's hitting the same spot, and then when 7 even said, he's like, "What is something like on me? Like what's going on?" And you just see the owl as you guys are asking questions, kind of ignoring you, and it's like hitting the same spot. I mean, you go up to 7 and kind of like check him, right? You're gonna check what's going on.
I follow.
And you see as you like kind of like shoo the owl out of the way, tucked in underneath behind his ear, like up against on his neck, there's this small like black dot.
What is
Hey,
that?
Seven, have you always had this birthmark right here?
Is this a tattoo?
Not to my knowledge.
I'd like to
Gross.
touch it a little.
That's
very
super
I
strange.
gross.
mean, you touch it, it'd be like a tattoo. Like it doesn't smear off. It's not like it's not just like a mark, like a like a oil marker or something like
Give
that.
me-
Like it doesn't smudge. It's just
Give me 10 minutes. This is going to get a little uncomfortable. But I'd like to cast Identify as a ritual spell and just kind of like
Ooh.
put a finger on it.
okay.
Yeah.
So you just like
We're standing for 10 minutes.
you're just
and
like
I
give
am
me 10 minutes. And
concentrating.
you're just,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
Let's have a little bit of that uncomfortable 10 minutes.
Okay.
No talking. Don't distract me. No, please stop. No.
10 minutes passes.
All right.
Just didn't know if someone was going to say anything.
Yeah.
Identify
Should
doesn't
be
yield
weird.
anything. I mean, if you would pick up something, it's not. He's a creature. He's 7.
Ellie, did something have this mark also? Day, do I have that mark?
I check.
He does not have a mark. You all take
Do I
time
have
to
that mark?
check each other. No one has the mark except for 7.
What the fuck?
Is that did you get marked by the House of Cards? I don't want to say their name anymore.
Oh my god.
Oh, the deck. The deck.
So stop! I look around. I look.
Yeah. Okay. A couple people, you just start shouting stop and look around. A couple people like give you a weird side eye and just keep walking.
Come here.
Possibly
I'm gonna
the
take us
Sandra
around.
mark, yeah.
I'm gonna try and take them to around the corner into the alley, like
Okay.
to get a little bit more hidden than we currently are.
Okay.
7. You have a black dot back here. Allie, did you
Yeah.
see someone else with this black dot?
Pex once for yes.
Was it a woman?
Pex once for yes.
Did she have a red cloak?
2 pecs for no.
Do we need to know who this woman is? Do we know who this woman is? I guess you don't know
Now
that.
just
as
kind of
yeah.
like looks at you. Yes.
Can you find her
Dude.
again?
Wait. Was she? Yeah. Wait.
Can you
Fuck, do
find
think-
her again?
Yeah. Can you find her, Allie? Allie, if you would you recognize her if you saw her?
You ask if you would recognize it, and he would respond with 1 peck for yes.
Did we ask
Okay.
him if she was dressed in red
Yeah,
and white?
yeah, we do.
You did, and got to know.
Let's go ahead and wait. Weren't we going somewhere else, fellas?
We can
Before we
go.
go figure this out.
We could ask about the cultists to Sarad at the archives, and Calcarius may know more about the red eye. But
I guess
I honestly
maybe Calcarius might know about this. Can we even trust Calcarius?
I don't know. I've
Calcarius?
never met Calcarius.
I know.
I don't know if we can trust anyone. Did you see that look that the Duke gave? Allie, was the person watching the Duke?
Yes.
Oof.
Was the person on the stage as one of the Duke's people or from the crowd? I mean, were they on the stage as one of the Duke's
Yeah.
people? Could you say?
So like on the dais or something?
No.
Were they hiding?
No.
Were they in the crowd, Allie,
Yeah.
with
Yes.
the people?
What the fuck?
Okay. How's this bird supposed to know that this woman was not supposed to belong there? What made it so weird?
I don't know, man. He can't tell us.
Allie, did you follow
Yeah, I
the
know he
woman
can't tell us,
after?
but
No.
Damn it.
And then he looks back at you, 7.
I love you, Al. I'm gonna give him another treat. Al,
Allie,
bird
you're
treat.
amazing, but I'm
Gobbles it up.
sorry I keep pressing, but You thought she was very dangerous.
Yes.
7, why does your
Shit.
owl think someone's dangerous? What does that mean? I mean, let's think about this. It's got to mean something.
It's a magic owl. I don't know what he's thinking.
Okay, but a magic owl that's very true. It's just a magic owl that has seen us fight things, right? It has seen
It's probably a
members
good
of
idea.
the old organization. It has seen. Was it a member of the? I don't know if I caught this answer. Did it seem like a member of that one thing that I shouldn't say, Allie? Do you even understand that?
Kind of like looks between the two of you again and like hesitates to do anything.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I don't know
were
if
they
it- I
from the
don't know if Allie
docks?
knows about
Did they look like
individual
someone from
members of the deck.
from the
Oh
docks?
yeah,
Whoa.
yeah, from the docks that day, Allie.
Yes.
Oh shit, dude. Oh shit. Fuck. It must have been one of those gang
What
of
was-
people that were
what was-
part of the
no,
deck.
No. What was your guy's name?
No.
What was your guy's name?
Well, there's Declan.
Yeah. Was it Declan?
Yes. From the owl.
Shit. Declan and a woman?
Was it
Yes.
Declan?
Or wasn't a woman? What? Oh fuck.
Were there more
Oh.
with them?
Yes.
Oh.
Was it obvious that the Duke and the people on stage knew that these other people were watching them and monitoring them?
Kind of like looks across all of you again, like it wouldn't know how to answer that.
Were they working together?
Another,
How
I'm
was
sure.
it?
All right, you guys.
It was
I
worth,
think-
it was worth
I
a
think-
question. It was
Yeah.
worth a question.
I think this is all that the owl can tell us. But
Yeah.
we know that
Okay, hold on.
we know
Dave.
that they.
Question.
Yeah.
Is there more you're trying to tell us, Allie?
Just kind of looks around.
Is there
like,
more, Allie? Yes or no? Is there more information? I don't think that's that hard of a question. I'm sorry. I know that I'm a little short. It's like,
jumps over to your shoulder, just like looks at you right here, and gives you a no peck on your face.
thank you,
Oh,
Allie.
that's fair.
Thank you for
Nice.
I love this.
answering in the most passive aggressive. I feel like you take some things from Dad, don't you? And I just look
Here.
at
Another aggressive
7.
yes peck on your face, and then he
Okay.
flies back over to
All
Seven's
right.
shoulder.
I love you, Allie.
Bird,
All
bird.
Allie, I think
All
we've
right.
interrogated you enough. Why don't you just
Yes.
why don't you free roam mode? Just do whatever you want. Do your heart's content.
trying to
I'll
save.
call you back if
Like
we didn't.
flies
Oh.
down and like sits on your side for a minute, and like his head disappears into your pocket, and you can feel him. He's like eating
Oh.
up some owl treats, and then he just takes
Yeah.
off.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay.
Good owl.
Am I that disagreeable that a magic owl finds me annoying?
Ah, yeah,
Maybe.
he's quirky. He's quirky. That one. Quirky.
I don't see it.
Hashtag
I don't.
Bernard.
I don't. Hashtag. Hashtag Bernard.
You better name this freaking owl, dude.
It's coming. It's
Okay,
coming. All right.
well,
They were there. They were there. What does that mean? Are they working together? Are they controlling him? You saw that look, right? You saw the look that the Duke had.
okay, well, we don't want. So they all know how Seven looks, and now they know how we look.
Well,
They
yeah,
don't like us,
That's very true.
and that puts us at a disadvantage. I
That's
say we head
so
to the
true.
archives, we see what more we can find out, and we see if we can get any more information on who we can actually trust. Because right now, I think that's about you two and a voice I hear in my head, which isn't really too fucking great for me right now. So
Fair.
maybe we
That's
go to these
fair.
archives and see what we can find, huh?
I think
Emmett, Emmett, about this time as he's having this conversation to you, you also can hear Day's speech is like it's like slow mo. It's like slowed down and deep and slurred and putting together as he's saying all this stuff to you. I think we should go to the archive. Like it's weird, and you're kind of like, "What do you like? Why are you talking that way?"
So you guys ready to go or what?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess let's go. Let's go slow mo.
What is happening?
Well, he doesn't sound like that. That's just how Emmett hears it.
What is happening?
Oh,
Yeah, he's on
What?
Drogas.
Well, I'm on what?
oh.
What is
No,
happening?
that was
What is that? Why is you're slow? I grab him by the face forcefully, like
Yeah, you just
you're slow. Why are you slow? You're slowing. Did someone cast something on me?
I'm the regular speed. It's okay.
I guidance
It's okay.
myself.
okay. Yeah.
What is happening? What is going on right now? What is going on? There's slowness.
Oh.
We're being attacked. Someone is attacking us.
I don't know what this is. No.
Someone is attacking us.
You're okay.
We're being attacked.
You're okay.
I
You're
start
okay.
to ready
You're okay.
spiritual weapon.
No,
Okay.
you're okay. It's the
Perfect.
berry. It's the berry. It's the berry.
Him saying that, you now put 2 and 2 together.
I can't feel my jaw.
Yeah, your face feels weird.
Ah.
Yeah, it's
Opening your
okay.
mouth, it feels like your jaw's hitting the floor when you do that.
Ah.
You're going
Ah.
somewhere.
How
You're
long?
going somewhere.
Why?
Very interesting right
Why? It's not
now.
fun.
And it'll be fun to go there, and it'll be
I
fun to
lay
come
down
back.
on the ground, and I put my the tops of my hands on the ground,
Yeah,
like one
it's
of
like-
these, like ah,
Yeah.
ah. How long does this last?
Being on the ground, hearing like footsteps and the vibration of people walking by
Ah.
too. It's weird.
Ah, what is happening? I cast mending on my face.
Okay. You mend your face, nothing happens.
I cast Toll the Dead on my face.
Okay. Make a wisdom save.
This is your fucking
Oh,
fault.
he's at full health though.
It doesn't matter.
Right. So
I
you just
saved.
won't take-
I saved.
Okay. So you hear this like celestial bell ring.
Oh!
and it echoes and it's
Oh!
kind of weird.
Well, that was a bad idea I set up. Oh, that
I
was
use my Fey presence to charm all those within. I think it's like a 10-foot radius.
Okay.
I'm just charming Emmett in 7.
Well, do they have to make a save? How is that worded?
Let's see.
I mean, you can go for. I think they have to make a save.
I think so.
Absolutely, go for it.
Wisdom save.
Trying to talk him down. Okay, so wisdom saves from Emmett and 7. What's your DC?
Oh, okay.
13.
Okay. So what's your make wisdom saves, Emmett? And 7.
my wisdom is 15 total, so I'm fine.
That's a 4 again.
Okay.
So let's.
So 7.
want
There's
this to
just
go on
this,
anymore.
there's like this radiating presence coming from Day as you see him kind of like try to talk down Emmett, and you're just like, holy crap! How have I never noticed like how cool this guy is? Like, he's good looking, he's talented, he's smart.
Day?
Like, yeah, you're just like,
Oh, cool.
I'm so glad this guy's my friend. This dude is awesome.
Oh, yeah, awesome.
For the next minute, I think, right? How long is it?
Yeah. It's
Day.
until the end of your next turn. So yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, your next turn.
Yeah.
For like as he's trying to talk
6
Emmett
total
down
seconds.
for like 6 seconds, you're like, this dude is awesome. Where you're like, go up towards him almost. You're like, yeah, this dude is so cool.
I
And then
stare
you just
into the
jump right
sun.
back to normal reality.
What does it look like?
Okay. No.
I mean-
No. None of that. I
It looks
cover your
like the
eyes.
sun,
None of that.
but-
None of that.
Day.
All right. Listen.
Day.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm going to walk on the sun.
I will do it with you. It's okay.
I'm
It's okay,
going
but
to
you can't-
walk on top of the sun someday. That's your
I
name,
know.
Day. I hate berries. I don't ever want to eat another berry in my entire life.
You don't have to. You don't have to. It's
Why
okay.
do you choose this? Do
You now you start to like speech is it's still kind of partly warped, but it's starting to come back to normal.
Yeah. Hey, buddy. Hey. You coming back? You coming back?
I stand up. The fuck was that?
It's a training lesson that I give myself. I've since become addicted, which is very sad, but I make myself go into these places and force myself to be able to act accordingly no matter what duress my mind is under. That's how it started anyway. Because my whole I started with a lot of duress and I didn't understand how to cope with it. So I figured just keep doing it until you can handle anything, right? You asked for it, so I gave it to you.
You didn't want to tell me what it was before I took it?
I thought that it would be interesting to see how you can handle a psychic attack that wasn't an attack. It wasn't an attack. But at some point that might be there. And now you will be hopefully more able to withstand it.
I hate to say this, but that actually makes sense. I did not handle it very well.
That's okay. That's okay. That's okay.
Do I do more
You're okay.
to make sure that I can fight
No.
against?
I think that we should wait a moment on that. We should wait a moment and maybe check these archives, see what we can find.
You're like this all the time?
About
This is-
halfway there. Yeah.
This
I
is
live in
what
a
you
weird
see.
state. Yeah. Yeah.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want any more berries. Next time I ask for a berry or anything like a berry, I don't care if it's a berry. I don't want it.
You got it. You got it. Noted. Noted.
Also, I need a beer. This is a lot.
Okay.
I'm
Let's grab a beer. Let's grab a beer, bud. Let's grab a beer.
okay.
Kind of pat him on the shoulder. Keep walking a little bit.
As you guys are leaving the alley, you
Ugh.
can just see that there's just this guy, like at the end, just kind of like looking at you guys, and he kind of like turns and like tries to look busy for a moment, and then it's just like kind of like look down. And he just looks back.
How
to you
old
guys.
is he?
He's like this is like a man, like a middle-aged man.
Sir, are you in school of any kind?
No.
Well, if you were, don't do drugs and stay in it. And I walk off.
Okay.
Seven,
Just, I
were
guess
you
watching you
feeling
guys
that?
for a little while.
Did you feel that? I kind of felt alive. I gotta be honest.
Even after he mentioned it was the berries, you are taken back to where your vision for like a couple minutes was all vibrating and
Why
weird.
did it fuck me up? What the fuck? It didn't do anything to him.
It did. He just wasn't as involved. You don't know.
Damn.
Different saves, man.
Different save.
19!
That's true.
The higher,
he's
the
a-
worst?
He's
You
a
don't know
half-
that. If anything,
don't
a
know.
good save might just mean it takes longer to have an effect, and that means if it's in your system or you don't know what that means.
Okay, did I go full 21 Jump Street or?
Not quite that bad, but it was still it was weird. You had a moment. I mean, 5 seconds ago you pulled your friends into an alley and told them you were going to walk up on the sun, so you take that as you will.
I said
Fair.
I was gonna walk up on the sun.
And I will join you.
I kind of meant that.
Yeah. Me too. You see things in the other plane, in the other planes, that still, they don't fully make sense.
You guys are heading
Sometimes-
to the archives. Is that the plan here? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Continue. I just want to know where you're walking and talking. I know that that's happening. I
Is
just
there
wanted
an
to make
open?
sure.
Is there an open container law in Cadwallon?
You don't know?
Why wouldn't I know that?
Do it.
Oh yeah. I mean, no one
It's-
really cares.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm half memeing. I would
It's a straight up like there's open container. Sure, it's the standard like don't be a drunkard in the street and start stuff or give someone a reason to.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
I would
people
like
are
to-
probably walking around with.
D. I don't have money. Could you
I'll buy you a beer.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Can I
Seven,
have?
you need a beer?
I need two.
want a
I
beer?
gotta be honest.
You need to.
Yeah. You know what? I'll have a stiff whiskey. Where we go? We're going to an inn?
No, I was gonna walk and talk and drink. The
Okay.
old
I think that's a
on
good
our
call.
way.
Let's do it.
Easy enough. You
Let's do
guys
it.
get some hooch and you're walking down the street with
How much that cost me?
with beer.
Let's do
We'll
it.
just say for some beers and a whiskey for 7, you're spending 10 silver.
How many silver pieces are in a gold piece?
Yeah, how much silver is a piece and a
it's-
gold piece?
Everything is a 1 to 10 ratio. If that makes sense.
Oh, it's 10
So-
silvers to a gold, 10 coppers to a silver.
Correct.
Cool. Nice. Okay. Cool. Beautiful. So how you feeling, bud? That beer good?
No, it's the worst beer I've ever had in my entire life.
Yeah.
All right, hey,
after you
let's,
take things like that, you tend to want
yeah.
vegetables and water.
Why didn't you tell me that either? Oh, you're not a good sitter
Hey,
of
as we want to
this.
talk,
You're terrible.
let's
at
go
this.
over. All right. All right. So, okay. So we've got first and foremost, we've got
We're walking to the
a
archives
giant,
right now.
a
Correct.
giant rift in the sky,
Yeah.
impending doom, demon traversing our realm.
True.
Okay, we have that.
Which
We've
the
got
archives
the-
are within the upper city, BT dubs, like just within the upper city. But you'll be able to get there. So continue the conversation. I know you guys are traveling and
So
talking.
that's one, and
Yes.
that's got to do with the green cloaks,
Yes.
who are crazy,
Yes.
and somehow mixed in with
also,
them is also
Day. Day was mixed in. He tried to get sacrificed, or almost
Right.
got sacrificed because he loved someone. I don't know. He
and
didn't try.
they're in cahoots. They're in cahoots with the DECK,
with them, with they.
them,
Yeah.
with them, who I've had run-ins with, who also
Right.
are in control of a immortal demigod who's thirsty for my blood.
Oh, right. But maybe not in control. Maybe they
Yeah.
work for him.
Maybe they work for him.
Maybe
I don't know.
Okay.
Also, your stuff has been stolen
Do you-
by the
question.
Jagaran.
Question.
Yeah.
Do you want me to keep track because you're gonna run out of? I'm not trying to.
Yeah.
Be...
That's right, because I'm missing one of these bad
Yeah,
boys.
I got
I've got a
this.
nub.
When you get to 9, just let me know. I'll take over.
All right, what else? What else? Also, the Duke now wants to. The Duke, who may or may not have
Okay.
been underneath
Whoa,
someone else's
wait,
control.
we're not even there yet, right? Like these
Oh, yeah.
Jagaran kids took. We don't know where they are, but
we don't know where they are.
they were clearly in the inn thing that,
Yeah.
or the tattoo shop that we went to, which there was an underground thing in that
Right.
had an actual ritual cult altar. Which, back to the cultists, we got
Back
attacked
to
and
the
almost died in there.
cultists.
All the cultists were
We got
dead.
it.
We found a Lysandra, whatever that is. She seems
Yes.
spicy lady with daggers. Okay, that's happening.
Okay, that's happening too.
And now the Duke is trying to get rid of the Free Leagues.
And the Duke may or may
and-
not be in league with
and
the
they were
who
there?
should not be talked.
As we're walking, I'm looking for any place that's selling juice, orange juice, apple
Okay.
juice, maybe strawberries, pomegranates, broccoli,
Yeah.
carrots.
You,
looking for
you,
juices.
you pass a dude on the street who has like a like street stall set up, and he's like a fruit vendor. He's got various fruits and stuff.
Cool.
Are we missing anything?
I pick up a couple things.
It's a lot.
Yep.
I don't think
With
we're-
his hands open, I put a tomato in one hand and a carrot in another hand. Try that.
Thank you. Much better, actually.
You all get through like the checkpoint leading just into the upper city. At this point, you've been working with Captain enough stuff. You are let in fairly easily.
We missed a big one. We missed a big one.
Which one do we
Casmine
miss?
is fighting against whatever the storm is, whatever that means, and somehow older gods like the Diragosta, who I'll be honest, at this point I'm not sure is even. I can't say.
Okay, okay.
He's real. He's just being.
As
coy.
you all get past this checkpoint and kind of round the corner, there's a small kind of semicircle of a crowd gathered in a bit of a clearing on a street corner, and you see a few Jagaran people, and they are like performing. You can see there is this older man. He's kind of got like a very like ornate robes on, not necessarily fancy, but like he's not just wearing like rundown street clothes. The man is like pretty fancy. He's
Do
got
I
lots of
see any
different,
little
like, multicolored
pirates?
stuff. You do not. Let me get there first.
Yeah. I
You
know.
see this
Little
old man,
shivers.
and he's got like short-cut hair. He's old. He's like stern, like wrinkle lines in his face, but looks happy, very like a joyful expression. He's got a big grin on his face, and you can see he's like making these wide gestures with his hands. And you can see he's got this like long pipe in his mouth that he is smoking, and as he's smoking and making these gestures, he's like shaping the smoke into all of these different like one pass where he does it and it's like forming into some kind of like cat or like a tiger or something, and then that is like chasing around like one puff of smoke, and he's like just all kinds of different creatures. You can see there's another woman off to the side, and she actually has like a small set of a couple different like drums and bells and cymbals and stuff all on her hands, and she's like playing this tune, going with his performance, and then kind of like almost in this like grand flash, like out of the crowd, jumping into the center and like going crazy, spinning this stick around, and this like crazy flourish, and he's doing like these side cartwheels and all this stuff. Is Jet? He's like dancing around all crazy, and it like he's like mimic fighting as if there's nothing there that he's fighting, and you can see that the old man is like conjuring these beasts into these big puffs of smoke and like pushing them at him, and then you see Jet like strike through it and it dissipates, and the crowd's all just ooh and ahs and kind of
Jet.
watching this performance.
Nice.
What a guy.
So you see that happening off to the side as you guys are continuing to the archive.
I would like to. I mean,
we gotta go talk to the Jet, and we gotta get your shit back. Wait, do we find? I forget. Did we
There was
find
a
anything
book.
of yours?
no.
Did we find anything of yours there?
Yeah, I found one thing. I don't know if Jet actually knows anything, but his name was in that book. You think he knows anything about it? I'd like to warn him.
Well,
He seems,
I'm assuming.
at the very least, he's not working for them.
Jet, when you're done.
He doesn't break his concentration, just continues his move, and it's kind of in one of those moves you see him like do a flourish and turn and look, and he like looks to the three of you, and he's still like spinning the stick behind himself and going all crazy, and he just kind of like looks to each of you, gives a bit of a smile, and just keeps going.
So sick. Good call. I'm gonna walk to the edge of the. You just saw fanboy Sam come out, like trying to spray back in. I want to just walk off to the edge and stand and wait.
Okay. Yeah, performance wraps up. Finally, you can see there's this like great smoke cloud. This old man is just like, smoking on this pipe and like conjuring all these images in this smoke, and he's like heavily toking on this pipe, letting out this like big, thick, white smoke cloud that he builds into this great. You see, it's almost like building like a storm cloud would, and this like snake-like dragon head pulls up out of the cloud of smoke, and you see the jaws like open up and bite down onto Jet, who like you see him like. He does this side flip, like landing in splits almost with this stick pointed straight up, and it looks like it's like biting down right on top of him. It just dissipates, and Jet's just standing there. The smoke dissipates. The tune stops. The old man kind of gives a bow. Jet gets up and gives a bow, and everybody just begins clapping. A couple people come up, and you can see that they're handing them
The dragon.
a
was my
couple
favorite part.
pieces. Jet's like going to people and like thanking them and shaking hands and collecting some money and stuff, passing right by you. Emmett, he takes your hand and kind of shakes it, acting like he's taking money from you,
All right.
goes to each of you. And then he like stops and looks to you, Day, and responds to your message mentally. And you can see him just say, he just says, "Give me just a second." You see him go over and talk to, and like deal with, he's handing money off and hands back his stick to the woman, who just kind of smiles and hugs him and takes it. They're packing up their stuff, and then he just, with a spring in his step, just kind of like walks over to you guys. It's like, well, I didn't think I'd be having this kind of an audience, but I guess it's nice to see you all again.
It's good you're alive.
Oh, should I not be alive?
No,
But-
it's just, it seems things are.
You're
right.
right.
That was a
You're
lot.
right. It was rude. You're right. It's good to be alive. I'm certainly glad I'm still alive.
Yeah.
What's got you guys in the upper city right now?
Oh, baby, wouldn't you like to know?
We found.
Hey, Jet.
That's
We
why
found
I'm
something.
asking.
We found
Oh.
something.
Yeah.
Jet, we found something with your name on it.
Maybe
Oh.
not. Maybe not here. Can we duck into an alley?
Are you asking me, the DM, or are you like asking Jet that out loud?
Oh,
Yeah.
Is there an alley
Yeah.
around DM? Sorry, like anywhere.
Yeah, there's a couple places, and he's just like,
just trying to be
mean-
discreet.
Sure, we can. Give me a second, and he goes off. You can see him speak to this couple again after a bit. Comes back to you guys. It's like, if you want, we have a spot we can go rest in for a bit. Maybe speak a little more privately there if you want.
Yeah, that'd be
just-
good.
Just follow me. Kind of helps picking up all this stuff. And
I'll
it's like,
follow him.
guys, these are my parents. We were just, we had a chance and actually had a permit to be up here. They're cracking down on, well, everything. I'm sure you guys heard Duke's speech, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel about it?
We kind of just have to make do. We always have.
That's true.
So, oh well, I think it's I don't know. I think it's foolish. It's going to cause more problems than it solves, I suppose. But at the very least, I mean, I guess he means well. We'll just have to play it out, I suppose.
Maybe.
Anyways, let's go have a talk, shall we? And he kind of like rounds a corner through this back little alley, and you can see similar to how you saw Yashel's like street side set up. There's all these like, tapestries and like bits of cloth and stuff kind of strung up and tied off in different places in this little alley corner. That's like a small kind of makeshift like tent home, so to speak. There's a small like tea set laid out. There's a couple like little carpets and stuff rolled up. There's a couple packs and everything. And you can see Jet kind of round and he sits himself down cross-legged, and he just grabs the tea set, sits it forward, and begins filling this pot with water. It looks like he's like putting on to make tea. Kind of motions for y'all to come and sit. So, what's this about? Something with my name on it?
We were following something, and how well connected are the Jagarans? I mean, I know that I'm not trying to be insensitive.
Well, I mean, pretty well, better than most, really. It's like one giant family. We try to take care of each other. Why?
We had a run-in with two kids that
Do you know
I
Do you know
thought
your
meant well.
shell?
Yeah, Yashel and Yashel has two children, John and Lem, that were under her wing because their mother had disappeared.
Is any of that real?
Yeah, well, they were too young to really know what's going on, but yeah, their mom, she was pretty sick. So Yashel kind of took care of them. She's a good one.
Well, they got the better of me, and they stole everything that I have.
Yeah. They robbed him blind.
Yes, they did.
Well, they learn quick, I guess. Suppose you have me to thank for that one. So sorry, I guess.
Thank you.
Yeah, you make do, right? You see him start to pour tea and hands you
very true.
a cup first. They mean well, I promise. I just told them, well...
Did I see him pour anything in this tea that wasn't tea?
I mean, perception-wise, no. If you want to actively be searching for that first. At this point, you've been handed a cup, so now if you're having the... Yeah. Was he doing something to this tea? You're holding it now.
Yeah.
So...
How do we go about getting his possessions back? Jet?
So yeah, that's kind of the next thing, Jet. We followed the kids to a tattoo shop owned by 3 dwarven brothers, from what I understand. Have you heard of it? Any run-ins?
Yeah, Corum,
probably
Grom.
Grom's place. Yeah.
Yeah, Grom's place. What's going on there? Do you guys hang out there regularly? Why would they be there?
I mean, we don't really hang out there. I've been hands out tea to 7 a day as well, and then has his own cup that he's drinking from.
I don't drink the tea.
That's fine. It's like
I'm gonna fake drink the tea.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, it's just like some hot green tea.
Dang.
Tastes good. He's like, I mean, I've gotten a couple pieces from Grom. He's he's cranky, but I don't know. They don't really like early mornings. He doesn't like staying up too late. He's got a lot of rules. Not my kind of vibe, you know?
And no reason you could think of why these kids would be there.
No, not really. They're not getting tattoos. They're way too young. They don't
I
really
worry that
have
they're
money. And even if they did, Grom's not that kind of guy.
I think it may be worse than we originally thought. Then we followed their traces of them, what we're assuming are them at least, footsteps, and there's a secret lever in their ale cellar, and it led down to an underground underneath the tattoo shop, and that's where that's where we found their tracks. And actually, now that I'm saying this, the kids' tracks, from what we understand, they found
How are they leaving tracks?
They had tattoo paint on their little feet. So
That
the
makes
paint,
sense, I guess.
the paint trail led us underground to a place I did not know existed. I didn't know it could exist. I've heard tales of the old city, but this seemed purposeful.
There's a lot of old buildings, tunnels, stuff like that. The sewer system even all connects to all kinds of weird old chambers. It's kind of neat, actually. There's just a lot that's
this was
not in use.
This was a one-off. It seemed. I didn't see any other connections, and it led down to a room that was filled with dead cultists. I'm talking about cultists that are responsible for the storm in the sky. The same
Duke
people.
was talking about.
Yes. They're bad. They're trying to resurrect something that's not good for any of us. The kids' tracks led upstairs to an altar, and it was gone. There was nothing in there. The cultists were all dead. None of my stuff was there outside of a necklace, but I'm beginning to think that I don't know if John and Lim are coming back.
Well, they've already been. I just saw them this morning, so
Where?
they're fine. They were around with Michelle somewhere. I think she was taking them. Wanted to go see some animals or something. They
You
were
saw-
fine. Nothing seemed weird.
Are you sure
What?
you saw them?
I've known the kids since before Lim was even born. It was them.
What the fuck?
Okay. Where does Rochelle usually hang out? I'll ask her about this later.
It depends. She gets around a lot. We don't really have. I guess all the lower cities are home, but we roam around a lot, and I have to take whatever we can.
Any specific spot that she likes to sell stuff, like the first one? Like, does she frequent that one often?
Not really. She doesn't. We don't have set up spots. In fact, it's actually safer if we don't. Harder to track down for people who are trying to either just rob us for what we do collect, or
That's fair.
who knows. It's going to be easier for me to get a hold of her than you, at any rate, and I can try and track her down for me if you want. What all did they take? What else are you missing?
They everything that I have. They took my adventurer's pack. They took my money. They took specifically the things I care about the most. As there is,
His virginity.
it's about my lulz. My there's a little ring case that looks like a molding that they have, and a ring that goes with it, and I need that back.
I'll try and track them down. We'll get you your stuff back. They meant well. They're just kids, man.
Yeah, I don't really hold them against them. They have my potions too, if it matters. I assume they sold all of it, so
Yeah.
They
we're
may
not
have.
going to.
Well,
whatever. They know what they took. They're
I'll see what I
pretty
can do.
crafty.
Okay, promise.
Yeah. Yeah,
One-
we're not going to kill him or anything like that.
I'd like to see you
Yeah.
try.
Jet, one last thing. I pull out the leather book.
Mm-hmm.
Does this ring any bells to you?
It?
I hand it to
No.
him.
He just takes it and like flips through it for a minute.
We found this with the cultists. Your
Found their
name is
drink
in there.
orders.
Your name is in there.
Keeps flipping for a bit, eventually stopping on this page and just kind of like looking at it, confused.
Is it drink orders?
I mean, it looked like a tab or something, but I don't know why I'm in here. And he kind of hands it back to you. And I certainly don't have enough money or a favor to run up a bill 600.
I'm not sure it's a bill. I'm kind of worried that if it's connected to the cultists, it's I don't know.
Can I tell if he's lying?
People they value.
You can insight him, absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah.
same. So same.
That's what it's for.
See, I'm practicing saying I don't instead of saying I want to roll an inside check.
You did it, dude.
I want to see lying. Let me practice.
You did it.
Oh,
We hit that nat 20.
oh,
There it is.
I hit a 1. What is
That
why
20
does this
plus
Okay.
2. 22.
Classic Mike rolls.
classic Mike?
Emmett,
Classic.
hard for you to
Maybe I
read.
got my-
Like
maybe I
you
got
have
my luck
no
back.
idea. 7. He's telling the truth. Like he seems super genuine, and even with you trying to like,
God damn it.
analyze his answers. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing the Larry
straightforward and
David,
legit.
dude. I'm doing the Larry David
but
when he gets in
seems-
close and looks them up and down.
Right, and he seems fine. Like he has been shooting straight the entire interaction so far.
I'd be careful. Just, I'm sure I don't have to tell you this, but be careful. I think someone's tracking you.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, man, there's some bad dudes up in here. Dudes,
Yes, there
bad dudes, the likes of which you've never dealt with, Mr. Jet.
I have a feeling I know a little more about that than you do.
If you have anything,
I highly
Honestly,
doubt it.
I highly don't doubt it. I actually agree that I don't know shit, and I would really like to start knowing if there's anything you'd like to tell us.
He kind of leans in a little bit and like looks around for a moment. He says, "Look, you guys have a bit of a run-in with some people before, right?
Yes,
What we hear, what I've heard, anyways.
the house of
You know.
playing cards.
Yeah.
Right, the deck.
Wait,
Anyways,
can you say it?
say what?
Deck.
Suck this deck.
No, wait, what? No, deck.
Look,
What?
I don't know what they can do.
They can do anything you can think of and more.
That's kind of what I'm worried about and why I don't want to say their name out loud.
Well, just look. Being weird about it's not going to make them not find you. So it is what it is. But
That's true.
I've been trying to track them a bit myself, and I've probably pissed off a few people I shouldn't have. But
Track them. For what purpose?
I'm looking for someone.
Who are you looking for?
Who?
Are we whispering?
My brother.
Your
Oh,
brother.
You think they took him? Was he young? Was he little? They trade in children.
Well, you don't have to look too far. They're here.
He was younger, sure, but he wasn't like he wasn't necessarily a child. Anyways, guess they tried to recruit him or something, and I told him it was a bad idea, and he felt like he had something to prove, and I haven't seen him in 3 years now.
I'm sorry.
Keep getting these weird messages, and I know they're coming from him. So he's
Is there anything we
still
should-
alive?
Be on the lookout for you.
Not really. I mean, I guess stuff like this. Clearly,
Yeah, they have
somebody's keeping
have a-
tabs on me, sure, but I've known that for a while now.
Yeah.
Do you have a drawing of him or something in case we ever see him?
He looks like me, just smaller, and who knows what he looks like now? I don't know. He's always been good at sneaking around and hiding, disguising himself. He's a bit of a thief, and he's good at it, and that's why they came after him, I suppose. But
Seems like their type.
Yeah, these perverts got a type.
yeah,
Jet, one last thing. The Duke's speech. Did you mean what you said? That you think, I don't know, that it's just normal going arounds, like that's what the Duke does? Or this Duke, whoever he is.
Duke Marcel tries to, I don't know, I guess he feels like he has to win the people over. He's not exactly popular, shall we say, with the people, but no Duke ever has been, at least not completely. It doesn't matter if almost the whole city's on his side. There's still that handful of folks who hate him.
I look at Day. It's kind of like a...
Yeah, what's up?
Should I tell him?
I mean, yeah, I think this guy's generally pretty trustable. I think that if you're looking for truth, you should use that spell that you've been using on us.
Um,
I don't think trustable's a word.
He thought to himself.
Exactly.
Jet, at the Duke's announcement, the deck was there. They were in the crowd, and I'm talking Declan. I'm talking, actually, Seven. Show him your mark. Have you ever seen anything like this before?
Here you go.
Yeah.
Here, look at this. What do you think?
Yeah, I've seen that before, and I
You
think
have?
you should be worried.
What is it?
What is it? What is it?
Whoa, what is it?
It's I mean, it's quite literally a mark from them, from the deck.
Oh, that is from the deck.
Part of ways that they can mark targets, each other, even within the different suits. It's how they get rid of someone, and it works.
Should I cut it out?
We should do that right now.
Good.
Let's
good luck.
cut it off right now.
I don't recommend doing that. All I can say is, if someone's
work
put a
that
mark
way?
on you, I don't know.
I don't think it's magical. I tried to identify it, and nothing happened.
Yeah, sounds like them. It's untraceable. It's all I know is you end up with a black spot like that on you, you end up dead.
Oh, they've been trying.
Not
Sort of.
Great.
I'm telling you, if it's escalated to that mark, they're over trying, and they're gonna make sure it happens. I've only ever seen that on dead people.
So
Cool.
we're gonna do our best to make sure that doesn't happen. Then I don't think that's
Just-
probably gonna be good enough. But
If you were already worried they were watching you, you can be absolutely sure they're watching you at this point. Be secretive. Do what you want. They're on you now. If anything, you want to stop it, you're gonna have to go after them. Turn the hunt on its head, I suppose.
I was worried about that.
Look, if you deal with this, you got a name of someone who did you say? Declan?
Yeah, Declan was there.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard
Was-
that name
was-
before?
You know, I just realized his
No.
name is Declan, and he's part of the deck. That's interesting.
It's the land of the deck.
That's funny.
Okay. So anyways, what is this guy about? Is he important?
Seven.
Supposedly some kind of a leader. Not sure though. He's caused a lot of trouble, and
Oh,
he even set a monster against us.
That's true.
Yeah.
yeah, that'd be a problem. I'd start
Yeah.
there. I imagine if somebody, you guys know better than I will, if someone's got a reason to be after you, clearly they think it's pretty serious. All I can tell you is you've been marked, and they're looking at taking you out. I can't say if that's tonight, tomorrow, next week. I don't know, but
We got your back. We will help you. We got
Yeah.
you. We got you. We'll keep you
Oh.
safe.
Jet, have
Oh,
you ever
thank
heard
you.
of the Harlequin?
yeah, kind of a boogeyman, so to speak.
It's not. It's not a
Not
boogeyman.
quite.
It's real. Seven. Show him. Show
You have
him.
another weird
Uh,
mark or
oh.
something.
Well, it's not
I
a
do a
mark.
flip.
No.
I'll pass before this gets any weird.
I show him mine up.
Okay, so you show him your hand. Sure. You say that the Harlequin took that finger. He's like, oh, okay.
It's
What is
real.
that?
I don't know. It's some sort of god or deity. I honestly don't know. It's after. I know that that's after 7. Maybe that's what made the mark. I'm sorry. I know I'm bombarding you with a bunch of questions, and not everybody seems to be okay with this. Have you ever heard of Lysandra? Do you know who that is? Elf, red cloak.
No.
If you hear anything, if you just keep an eye out.
Okay. Seems like you guys have been putting in some legwork, I suppose, or making lots of new friends or enemies.
Yeah.
Either way, guess be careful. I'll track down your show and the boys and see about getting your stuff back, and maybe I'll try and ask around about this Declan and Lysandra. It was.
Yeah.
I'll see what I can find out.
If you see the boys again, tell them their pirate king is looking for them, and he wants his stuff back.
I'll let him know.
Thank you.
All right. I guess.
Yeah, let's kind of be careful.
One
Jet.
last thing before we head out. Listen, Jet, I got these berries from this shopkeeper, and I'm looking for something a little better. I don't know what these berries do. I had one a couple hours ago, and I'm still not really feeling anything.
Oh
I'm looking
boy,
for
I could tell you
maybe
stories.
something else to challenge my mind, if that makes sense to you.
Yeah. Could check with some of the mages. They get all kinds of weird stuff. I don't know.
You could
There's
say Dave's trying to live his very best life.
Indeed.
Can I take a finger? Can I take a finger? I want to take one.
What?
7. I try to grab 7's hand.
Did you?
Mhm.
Okay.
Nope.
Both of you make
Yes.
acrobatics or athletics checks.
Oh
Go for it.
gosh, you guys
I'm
are
gonna-
ridiculous.
I'm gonna try to flip on out of there.
Go for it.
21.
Hey.
Oh wait, hang on, I gotta roll. Ooh, let's see. That is an 8 plus
Strong.
3. No.
Nice.
Okay. So before you can jerk your hand away, Emmett grabs it, has you by the wrist, and just pulls your hand up.
Cool. I just wanted to see if I could.
Nice
Remember
job.
That. Remember that.
That's pretty good.
When you next want to make a pun, you remember.
He turns to you. He's like, did he already take his other finger? Was he
No, that was the Harlequin. But really, I'm looking for some herbs, some elven or dwarven
For some
herb,
herbs.
if you have any.
Look, you can.
Kind that helps you meditate, helps you get into the etheric plane,
Jay,
challenges
you say
mentally.
that this is for fighting off magic, but you sound a little needy. Are you okay?
I told you I've become addicted, Emmett. I've become addicted.
Addicted's
And
not a good thing.
Look,
It's
I'm
not-
I'm not gonna tell you how to live your life. I guess.
Mm.
Best I can say is, if you want, there's a temple to Melora. There's all kinds of nature people and apothecaries and stuff around there. Maybe they'll know.
Okay.
Something.
Okay. Well, look. Thank you.
Thank you for your time, Jet. Be careful.
Yeah. I always am.
You have a
Just
level
hope
of
you
power
guys
that
can-
someone is looking for, apparently.
I guess so. Or I
Did
don't
you
know.
just curious? Did you recognize any of the other names in the book? Are they other Jagarans?
No, don't really notice. He'll take it back from you and flip through
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Don't really notice anybody, but still doesn't make sense of why I'm in here. I don't know. Could be a number of things. There's a lot of pages missing though, so maybe
Yeah.
I don't know.
Not great.
Tosses you the book back. I'm gonna go track down your shell for you. If anything, I might swing by the hall if I find him and see if you guys are there.
Thank you.
Otherwise, you guys can. I don't know. We'll run into each other sometime. We found each other today, right?
Yeah.
Kind of gives a soft smile and a quick nod, and he just disappears around the corner.
Man, I love Jet. He's so cool.
Jet
It's
is
always nice talking with Chet.
well, I guess we walk out of wherever he let us go with his family or
Yep.
mate or whatever,
Sure.
and
Okay.
to the archives.
Back to the archives. Or
Okay.
back on the way to the archives.
Yeah, I mean we can speed it up and you guys can get to the archives. That's fine.
Yeah.
You guys arrive in front of the archives. It's a very it's almost like a tower. It's one like very large building. It's wide, but it just goes up and up and up. There are clockwork aspects to this building where you can hear like clicking and whirring going on. You can see moving pieces on the outside of it. There's even like big panes of glass where you can see some kind of like grid work or something with like metalwork over the front of it that is like shifting and moving and sliding in different places. Inside are several lit torches as well as several bookcases just everywhere. You can see it looks it's almost set up like a library. It's very busy, but think almost more like in the center, a little Harry Potter-esque, because there are like rows and rows and rows of bookcases, but they are in time also shifting and moving. There are bookcases that are like sliding
Whoa.
up and down through the ceiling, like sliding down and rotating and moving. This whole place is very busy and active. There are all
Books are
sorts
moving on their own?
no, like the book shelves that the books
Oh,
are
okay.
in are like sliding and moving around, almost like everything is being like sorted and you're seeing like attendants, like some have little like carts that are just stacked in different books and scrolls and stuff that they're either writing on or working on, pulling one and like putting it into a bookshelf, pulling different levers. Some are doing like arcane gestures and making like sorting and rearranging things. Very visually busy place. You're kind of in this main little foyer. There's like several little alcoves off to the side, somewhere you can see a group of individuals like off in a corner, and they're talking and discussing different things, or some are poring over different scroll work and stuff like that. There are also a few golems is the best thing I can call them. They're like tiny little. They're a little bit shorter than you guys are, but like a normal medium-sized creature's build, like just formless face made out of just the like wood and stone and all these like clicking and whirring parts. They've got a faint like aura to them where you can tell that they are seemingly enchanted, and they're carrying around things, and some are pushing carts. You can see one guy is literally like passing you as one of these things pushing this cart that is just mounded down with books, and sitting atop this pile of books is this little bitty gnome. He's got these like half frame eyeglasses on, with this like yellowy blonde hair pulled back in this braided ponytail, and he's got these blue robes with these yellow and white stars all over them, kind of like Fantasia style. And he's got this like twisted black wood pen with this silver nib on the end of it, and you can see he's sitting on top of this cart of books, just writing some things and kind of mumbling to himself. He's got a bit of a beard come in as well, and this thing is just pushing this cart, and he's writing on top of it with this like on top of these books, just writing, and he just passes by you guys as you are walking into this place.
Is there a front desk?
Not really. I mean, you're in this like main lobby, but it's like there's these hallways that go left and right, like to other areas of this tower. But it's like a big sphere, because it's at the tower, and you could just see everything going in this central place. So you can like go into where all the crazy moving parts and all the stuff is going
I'd
on,
actually just
or this little lobby.
yell after the little man on the books.
Okay.
Excuse me, sir. Do you know where I can find Sirad or Calcareous?
He kind of like gives one of these, and you see the thing is just walking, just like stops for a moment. And he says, "Well, if you're looking for Calcareous, I suppose. A moment." And he kind of like stows the scroll, and you see him like climb down off of the cart, and he like brushes himself off, walks around in front of it. As he dropped down to, you could see he had like almost like a clockwork and metal hand for his right arm that kind of like drops down. Pulls in front, and you see him kind of like fix his robes for a moment, and he says, "What exactly brings you all to the archives and seeking counsel from Calcareous this morning?"
We have we're just trying to fight the storm overall.
Sure.
It's not
Something you've
proverbial.
been studying for.
Yeah, it's the thing out there.
Right.
Yeah.
I imagined you were speaking on the crazy anomaly that happened. I suppose we can arrange a meeting. I'll have to see what he's doing, but we'll send for Calcareous if you don't mind. And you see the thing just like drop and turn, and it just walks off down a hallway. He turns back to you all. I'm Edward, by the way. Just extends his like metal hand kind of thing. You can see it's more like it's framing over his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ed Wood. Kind of extends a hand. Switches hands. Edward.
Hello, Edward. It's very nice to meet you. Have you worked here often? Long?
I've been here studying under Calcareous at the archives for some time. Yes, an archivist myself, trying to keep history in order, as it were.
I'm sure you know a lot.
Beautiful.
You've learned quite a lot.
You could say that. I try. There's always time to learn if you make it.
Who made your? I'm not trying to insult you, but your arm is beautiful. Who crafted this?
Oh, you see him kind of like shy away, and he's like kind of keeping it hidden, and he like shows a little bit of it, and kind of moves his hand. He's like, well, this would be my handiwork. Handiwork. Kind of like flexes his hand. You can see like there's pieces in it that are literally like it's got gears and all these moving pieces, and it's pretty ornate. Yeah.
Did you get help from any of the anvil? Any aspects?
No. This is not something that was forged by their work. Just something I've tinkered with over the years.
That
Very
is
cool.
incredible. That is Ed Wood. That is incredible.
Yeah, it's a
Very well
a
done.
hobby of mine, you could say, and I am a bit of necessity on this, but you get by, I suppose. It's all right. Some modest work, if we're being honest. I've seen far better.
I'm not sure I have, and I've seen some beautiful stuff.
Well done, Master Gnome.
You gentlemen are?
My name is Emmett. This is
Hello. 7.
7.
At your
right.
service.
Sure.
and this is Day.
Hello. Right. Anyways,
You're right.
Calcaria should be coming shortly. What exactly are you all seeking, may I ask? You mentioned the
Information.
storm.
We're just trying to help out.
Right, we have plenty.
Very true.
Dare I say all the information here.
As you heard, the Duke talked about cultists and nefarious
Right.
evildoers going throughout the city.
I've actually been studying them in recent times at the best of the council.
Have they been around long? Is this something that's
The current
historic?
iteration of the cultists, maybe not. This cult in general, sure. Different leaders, time passes, as do individuals, but this cult, this fiend, as it were, has been around for some time.
Cool.
What do you know? I'm interested. For someone who is as well learned as you, I'm sure you know quite a lot about the inner
you can
workings.
you see this little like automaton just come back, and he like turns and looks at it, and he's like, "Well," just stands there, and he's like, "Fine, just let him know. I'll handle it for now." Turns and walks off again. He kind of motions with you guys, like, "Come, we'll take a seat. I'm sure there's a spot that's open." Goes over
Sure.
to a little alcove where there's like a little circular stone table, with like carved around bench seat. You all have a little seat. It seems Calcarius is correct. And I should have known better. He's dealing with some visitors, so to speak, kind of enacting out this decree. He's talking to some of the members of the Tempered Will. He'll be with us shortly. For now, I can answer any questions you have.
I would
You're
love to
seeking,
know
information,
what
right?
you know about this fiend.
Well, from what I've researched, and you see him kind of like pulling out a bunch of. He's got like this small little kind of like shoulder bag, and he's just pulling books out of it. And he just keeps pulling books out of it. It's like 7, 8 books, and they're just stacking up higher and higher in front of him. Kind of sorts through them, pulls another one out. Finally, sits it down and pushes other books out of the way and cracks it open. Flips through some pages with his glasses down like near the end of his nose. It's like, seems they are after this fiend I mentioned, some sort of demon lord.
Right.
Standard demon cultist things. They want to just consume things, see the world burn. They deal with sacrifices to innocents as well as their own members. There's lots of infighting, some terrible necromancy, blood rituals. Very dangerous. Not something I'd mess.
How long have they been around? Any indication of that?
This cult in particular, we've had record for nearly 800 years.
Wow. Have they ever been successful?
No record of any real threat coming from them. There's a
If they
couple
have been
of
successful,
raids and invasions, so to speak, but
we would not be alive.
Yes, but maybe they got fought back. I mean, we've done a good job ourselves trying to help out here, right? So maybe there are more powerful things than us. That's what I'm
it's
saying.
been some time since I've been able to do any work in the field. I spend most of my time here in the archives, but if I had a way to get a hold of some of well, any of their individuals. That's the other problem, is we never get a chance to actually study them, talk to them. They typically just wind up dead or killing themselves whenever we do have one in
Ed-
captivity.
Ed, I don't think that's going to happen.
Right, neither do I, but that's why if I could just get a hold of some...
What would you
who knows?
do if one was here? Let's play this out for me. You think it would talk to you?
I think I have ways of making it talk, yes.
Oh shit!
That's what I was wondering about.
That sounds ominous and fun.
I suppose it can be fun and ominous. Yes, it's dangerous, but so are cultists who are trying to bring apart hell on our home, I suppose.
Agreed. If, let's say, someday we come across these crazy beings, if we were to capture one and bring it to you, I assume we don't want to take it to the archives.
No, I imagine you would take it to authorities where they can keep it in prison or something. We could be informed, and then I can form an interrogation, so to speak.
Do you trust the authorities to
Ooh.
actually let you do that?
Yes, it wouldn't be the first or last time I've worked with the guard to do such a thing.
Oh,
When you
Right.
say that, this fiend that is wreaking havoc at the moment has been the same fiend for the past 800 years or so. Does that
At
mean
least
that there
the
have
same
been other
figurehead
fiends?
that they have been following with this particular cult? Sure.
Is there a record of a fiend changing or being defeated? Dying, maybe?
Records that we have show that demons, fiends, devils, all even warring with us on our realm, as well as those of celestial nature, other abominations. They even war with among themselves for dominance and supremacy. So I don't see why not. They want to fight and kill anything. So over time, I'm sure the crown, as it were, has changed heads, but that doesn't mean anything. They serve what is powerful. Those who are weak-minded normally fall under the category of fanatic and join that cause.
What do you think the storm is? Like, what is happening? I don't know magic very well. I don't really know much of anything. I'm just kind of curious.
When I've studied, I think the storm is merely a side effect. It would seem that there's some sort of gate or portal that they were seeking to, but that seems to be their typical means of operation, where they try to let their fiends in. They can't just freely roam on our plane without a door, and they were seeking to give them an option.
They have their own plane that they're coming from?
Yes.
Such a thing is actually real.
All the planes of existence are quite real, I can assure you of that.
Like the Feywild.
Oh, even the
We've had
No
records of the
shit.
Feywild. I've never been myself, but yes, there's the Feywild. There's all of the 9 hells. We've got elemental planes. There's celestial planes, astral planes. Sorry.
I am... So is this like another world?
No, we're just kind of the apex, as it were. We live here on the prime material. Our world as we know it, all of Arklash and Cadwallon, kind of culminate at the center.
We are at the
planes-
nexus.
The planes are connected in various ways, some not connected to others, and some overlap. It's quite brilliant, really.
Seven, did you
interesting
catch
puzzle.
any of that?
Yeah, I got it.
I'm out of my depths here.
Yeah, kind of same. Day, if you get it, that's one of us. Interesting.
So
Master
to your
Gnome.
earlier question, I'm just seeking anything, relics, anything outside of having a cultist to question myself. I'd just like to know their process, so to speak. I had texts from them or any kind of,
Hey,
anything really.
7. You got that book,
Yep.
right? The old skin book?
What book? I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, Master Gnome, I've got a quick question for you. Do you know anything about the deck?
We've had a few records of this criminal organization, yes. Several members have been caught and tried over the years. Many have been executed, found out in various dealings of espionage, murder. thievery, forging.
Yeah.
They sound very
Trafficking.
dangerous.
They can
Yes.
be. Most crime organizations are. But just like everything else, they are even self-destructive.
Are you a part of the
Oh.
deck?
No.
Do I believe him?
Do you? Make an insight check.
Yeah.
60.
I would like to inside. I would
Go
like
for
to inside check that too.
This is my thing now, guys. I just like to ask people blunt ass questions right in their face
That's
to
fine.
gauge a first reaction. I got his mic.
That's a 5. That's a 5 plus
Doesn't
2.
matter.
That's a
I got a
7. I've
16.
been rolling garbage.
Nice.
Okay. 7, he's a little hard for you to read. He's also spouting off all this information that's kind of overwhelming. Emmett, yeah, this guy seems smart enough. He kind of even gives you the like, what? When you ask that, like, no, why would I be part of the deck? He continues.
Curious.
I've been studying the arcane ways and improving my skills and my knowledge, and I've been spending the remainder of my time here under Calcareus's study at the archives.
How? Do you think you know more than Calcareus? I'm just curious.
Not by a long shot.
Nobody
Calcareus
does.
has
Is
been
he the
around.
highest? Is he like a master of the
How high is he?
One
archives?
of them. He helped found and build this place. He's the leader of the Tempered Will.
Oh.
What
The
is
guild
your
thing.
what is your rank in this?
I'm an archivist, so I suppose I work directly under Calcareus. Kind of in charge of overseeing many various things here. I have a few students of my own, but I spend most of my time cataloging and researching things here.
We have something that he may really want to see. So, not to waste any more of anyone's time, but we have something from the cultists that we need answers on.
Yeah,
You do.
I
Yes.
do. I
Why
do.
didn't you
I
just
might have.
say that.
I might have
Because
a
I
little
don't
bit of-
trust you.
Yeah, we just met,
I
and
suppose that's
you know,
fair.
The cultists,
Anyway.
if they've been around this long, who knows how deep their trenches, how their fingers really go. I'm not
True.
being
Probably
70.
someone who's been studying them for many years.
Right.
I'll return. He kind of hops down and walks off.
All right. Well, we don't start with the eyeball, right? But we have to show Calcareus at some point. Garrus
Do we
told us
think
to.
book?
Do we
book
cheer?
is best.
Why not both?
Both?
Honestly, at this point, Garrus told us that this is where we should go. He has to trust him, right?
I mean, I trust the gnome, but I don't know anything about Calculon over there.
Yeah, Calculon. I don't know either, but maybe Calculon doesn't want the end of the guilds either. The Free Leagues. He runs one, does he not?
Edward returns, and you can see he's got like a bit of chalk in his hands, and he just kind of starts drawing on the table for a moment, like drawing this big circle and writing all these different runes and stuff on it.
Oh,
He says, "All right, well, if you all are ready, I suppose, step up onto the table."
do still mean-
okay. Yeah, fuck it. I somersault onto the table.
I knew you
Try
were
it.
gonna fucking say that.
Go ahead and do it.
He's ready with the roll.
It's an 18, my friend, and acrobatic check is a
And almost cut like he kind of
23.
does where he like rocks backwards and then like somersaults forward, jumps up onto the table pretty easily.
That's funny.
I climb
Um,
awkwardly.
Oh, you know what?
Up onto the table.
I'm gonna cast minor illusion. A little,
Okay.
a little glitter when I do it. A little jazzy hands glitter.
It's this like cloud of
A
sparkle.
little sparkle.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little sparkle.
You see Edward's just kind of like, huh, that's cute.
I'm gonna say that one's for you, Master Dwarf. Gnome.
Well, thanks. Flashy. I like it. I can appreciate it.
I lean in and I say
bit
in
of flair.
Elvish, "Excuse my friend."
He'll respond in Elvish. It's quite all right. I like to see a bit of spunk.
I respond
Well,
in
I'm full of-
oh yeah, I guess you can hear that.
I respond in Elvish.
Mm-hmm.
That works great. I'm full of spunk.
I respond in Orcish.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot he could understand Elvish.
He responds in Orcish. He's a half elf. I figured that one was a freebie.
Yeah, that one's that one's on me.
I speak in
glad-
Infernal. I'd prefer if we all spoke in a language that we all understand.
Whoa, 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 whoa! What is?
Turns and
whoa,
looks to you
whoa,
for a minute,
whoa,
Day, and he
whoa.
just he's like, I imagine Calcareous will have plenty of answers, and if not more questions for you in particular. Please,
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
onto the circle.
Who brought the infernal to the orcish fight here? Whoa, whoa, whoa!
You get up
Yeah,
onto the
yeah.
table.
Yeah.
I'm on.
You're all on the table. You see him kind of finish the last few runes. He writes out with chalk, and you can see him making some gestures with his hands. He looks to you all. He says, "I imagine we'll be seeing each other more frequently. I'd love to find out what you all have learned. I'm glad you came here.
If this is where you are during normal
Is he leaving
business
us?
hours,
I
Is he leaving?
haven't
Is
left
he
in
bidding
some
us goodbye?
time. Yeah, you're standing on the runic circle
Platform.
right now. And yeah.
Oh yeah. All right, before you say, hey, before you go, I'm gonna peek the book out a little bit. You know, just kind of pull it out of my cloak. Be like,
Yeah.
look at this, the flesh colored book. Hey,
Yeah.
look at this. I'm open up, flip some pages at him. You like that? You like that?
Mike.
There's more where that came from.
He's then going to say in Infernal, enjoy a good time, which neither of you understand. And then he finishes the spell and claps his hands together. There is a brilliant flash of light, and as it dissipates, you guys are standing on another runic circle, except you're now just in this chamber with this long, 30-foot hallway, and just there's this like curtained doorway with this deep blue curtain and these two torches on either side of it.
I cast guidance on myself.
Okay.
I look around.
Okay. You're in a like
I know.
half circle alcove with the hallway.
I know.
I step forward immediately.
Yeah, I follow.
Start walking toward that door at the end of the hallway.
Okay. It's just a curtain, but as you guys get there,
Curtain.
you push past it, and it's this small circular room, about 30-40 feet. You can see there's like a big wooden trunk. There's this table with just all kinds of stuff on it. You're seeing like all these different glass vials. There's like stuff bubbling and boiling in different areas. There is a very large wooden bookcase on one of the back walls that is just, I mean, there are books, there are weird like shaped stones and crystals, and there's like jars with different like, there's like jars with eyeballs and like different colors and stuff. There's like plant light. There's just, it's a wall of shit. And there's all kinds of weird stuff. Some stuff you recognize, some stuff that you've never seen before.
Are there
Several
windows?
other bookshelves. There are no windows. But
So
there are
we have no idea where we are.
no. You just look. I mean, you can tell. You look like you're inside of some. The interior looks
In a
kind of the
room
same.
thing.
Like it's but you're like in a room. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. There is there are no windows, but there are several little sconces where like a torch would fit, and there is just like a ball of flame lit like a torch would be, but there's no torch in it. There's also a chandelier kind of like hanging that's got several candles in it that are also all lit, though the chandelier is just suspended. There is no chain holding it.
Oh, nice.
And there's just this big like wingback chair with these like clawed hands holding like where the
What the-
armrests are that go down to the floor. It's very like ornate. There's this big table. There's like a tea set up on top of the table. There's a various ink pots and quills and stuff out. Parchment everywhere. It's involved and kind of scattered and messy, but like organized in its own weird way. And there's another like curtain and on the back, similar to the one you guys just pushed through, like on the back wall, come into this room. And there's, like I said, there's stuff bubbling everywhere. On the table
the
is
fuck?
this very large, old book, like think like old kind of Webster's Dictionary style. Like it's big, but it's the edges are all like worn. The pages are kind of yellowed and cracked. There's just
Crack the cover?
yeah, you do.
Yeah, I'm just
and-
walking through and starting touching stuff, I guess. Do I see
Yeah, I got you.
Calcareous anywhere?
There's no one in here. No, you just hear the like
Yeah.
faint bubbling of whatever's bubbling over on the side. There's like the crackle of the fire going on around. You crack the cover of this book. I mean, it's just like an old dusty book. You can see there are several. It looks like there are just columns of names but this no names you recognize. And this thing looks old. Like you're you be very careful not to like you feel like you might damage the book kind of thing. It's like a book in a museum would be almost. And you're flipping through it. carefully, but there's just pages and pages, and like even where the names that are written are like faded and some are like kind of broken, where the ink is even faded. It's old, and there's this. You're now noticing right by that is this ink pot with this big like peacock's feather quill coming out just to the side of the book.
I cast Identify on the book.
Okay.
Cast?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if we have 10 minutes to ritual spell this.
Yeah, as you identify the book, you pick up the School of Conjuration magic on it. It is definitely magical.
Cool.
You just know that it is conjuration. But that's all you get.
I learn its properties and how to use them.
Okay. Signing your name in the book.
Does something.
Mm-hmm. Will activate whatever this is.
Does it require attunement, and if it has any charges?
Does not require attunement, does not have any charges. It is a conjuration school of magic, and to use it, you sign your name in it.
And that's how the book was
that,
created, right? Like conjuration or whatever?
Make 7 do it.
Yeah.
He wants to.
What?
All right, so I don't know how long we have, but this book is magic, and it works by putting a name in it. I mean,
like you're flipping through it, even like starting to go like 20, 30 pages at a time, full of names. And this book is like this thick. Like it's at this point, even as you had identified it and I was flipping through it, it'd be like a guest book. Like think of like if a place had a guest book where you'd sign in kind of thing. It's almost like that. That's what it looks like, at least, but this thing is like ancient. And it's full of names.
I'm not saying that we should or shouldn't, but if he writes our name in this book, or she, I guess, or they don't know who Calcarius is.
Or them.
If they write our name in this book, we should be careful of that, or mindful of it.
Okay.
Just throwing that out there.
I'm looking around for anything stealable. Just an eye shot.
I mean, looking around, there's all kinds of weird. There's like these big crystals. There's like gems. You can even see a section where there's like a bunch of gems, and then there's like bowls next to it where it looks like powdered gems where they're like crushed up, and then there's like different powders. It looks like there's like diamond powder, like diamond dust, ruby dust, stuff like that. There's all kinds of fancy shit in this room. This whole room is that.
This whole room is stealable.
I mean, it could be. Like that chair looks real nice. There's all this fancy paper. There's all this ink. There's all that crazy. There's like a squid in a jar up there. There's like a bucket of eyeballs. Like it's wild. There's stuff everywhere.
Is Calcarius supposed to be here already?
Calcarius, are you here? Where we brought information about the cult.
As you say that, you all have like chairs that basically like slide from around the room, like kind of up Fantasia style, almost like up underneath you, and like kind of lift you all up, catch you, and like sit you at this table. Like,
oh boy!
In unison, the chairs all flip forward and just like sit you down. You're kind of like picked up and like and you're now sitting at this table. At the same time, you almost see this shimmer where coming into view is this old man. He is like bald on the top and has like the hair coming out of the back where it's like just old kind of matted gray hair that's just like going down his back. He's wearing these very very bright purple robes with this like silver, gold, and white trimmings along the cuffs and the sleeve and the collar. He has this like 3-pronged like gold pin in his lapel almost that looks like an open book, kind of like pinned down by swords. And it's got this like big hood that's straight back resting over, and he's sitting in the chair with his arms just on the chair. He just comes into form, sitting in the chair already, like he was invisible.
Reaching out to Cosmine. Cosmine, you have free will over me at this moment. There is a man in front of me who I believe will be of much use to you, or much use to have a conversation with. Feel free to use me at your will. I love you.
Okay. You project that. You do not get a response, but you definitely project that out. You're all seated at this table, almost like forcefully. Like it's not where you couldn't push back, but it's like you've scooted up real close to the table, and you're like, it's right there.
Are we still standing or sitting?
No, these chairs kind of like picked you up and like scooped you and sat you at the table. You're not like pinned up against the table, but you're like at the table.
Hello.
So I'm going to bow my head in deference. Good day.
He's kind of stern. He doesn't look mad, but he's just this old guy.
About as well.
He's a human, but this dude looks old. 60s,
Yeah.
70s easily. Like he's old. Big, huge white beard, that just, like disappears beyond the table even.
Just
Good
curious,
day, Master Archivist.
what's in the book? I'm assuming
book
you
is-
saw me do all of that, so that's why I'm asking.
You assume correctly. I always like to, especially with new guests, simply view your motives. Curiosity, it's a notable trait. One I admire, if I'm being honest. I wouldn't be anywhere near the wizard I am now if I hadn't a bit of curiosity myself, I suppose. I'm to understand you've already spoken with Edward. He sent you here,
Yes.
and you have some knowledge on this cult we are dealing with. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. Before we get to that, how can we know that we can trust you?
Well, that's for you to decide, I suppose. And the true answer to that is you can't. You don't know if you can trust me or not. But you can
I like this, man.
control how you react to whatever I say or do. Free will is not something I would ever wish to take from anyone.
A fair answer. How do you
That
feel
being
about
said,
the Duke's decree today? I understand that you are a leader of
Duke
one of
is,
the biggest free leagues around, correct?
I did found the Tempered Will, yes, and I am a member of the High Council, so all of us will be discussing these endeavors. It's something that he can pose and not something he can enforce. We shall see. I do respect his wishes, but I'm not so sure the League's being out of the picture is something that we people need. At the very least, we need to determine what we are truly dealing with before we decide if we should handicap ourselves.
Has he always been so adverse to the free leagues? Did you think that this was coming? Any indication?
It's not quite adversity, he's just a bit paranoid. Marcel has only been in position for barely a year at this point, and winning the favor of an entire city, let alone one of the largest in all of Cadwallon, is daunting to say the least. Not a mental even I wish to obtain.
That's fair.
He seeks counsel, he's smart enough to listen to his advisors, but he tends to feel the need, for whatever reason, to not necessarily intimidate, but demonstrate his authority and power at times, almost as if he has to remind the people of who he is. He's young. It's a standard folly, I suppose, and something he will learn in time.
Has he always been this way?
Since obtaining his position of office, yes, unfortunately.
Any
He's worried. He knows the weight to his decisions, and he's trying to balance them.
Would he have any reasons to work with anyone else?
There's no one else the Duke works with. The Duke simply works for the people and for the city. He seeks our counsel, but no one
Has the Duke
has
been
it in his
acting
pocket.
suspicious recently? Any change in
Suspicious?
behavior?
No.
Any
Concern,
change of
sure.
behavior pattern?
Not
Have you
recently.
noticed anything,
None that I've
anything
noticed.
different about him?
No. He's certainly angered by the show of force from this cult. The fact that they have been so near our doorstep or within our walls is concerning, and he's frustrated at the fact that it popped up, but we are handling it as best we can. Me and my archivists are seeking all the knowledge we can, and we've learned much about this cult, but not necessarily who is running things or what they are looking for. They have a motive, and it's clear that they have a goal, but what that is beyond us.
How do you
And I
feel?
imagine that is why you all are here.
It is, where we have been swept up in something I don't think we quite understand, and we're cautious as much as we are curious, but not cautious enough to not ask some stupid questions, or at least myself. So I'm going to ask you a really stupid question. How do you feel about the deck?
I feel like is dangerous. They are a sore that has been on the city of Cadwallon for some time. They are as much codependent on the city as we are on them.
Would the Duke ever find reason to work with them?
No Duke dealing with a criminal organization would even have a chance at being elected, even if the deck tried, and they have in the past.
The deck was
We
at his
have
speech
reached-
today.
I'm sure they were. Deck is all around the city.
But they were on the high, and they were outside of where he was actually giving the speech.
I'm sure. Wouldn't be the first time.
That doesn't bother you? That doesn't worry you?
It's a concern, sure, but how do you deal with something as large as the deck all at once? Do you think you can stop them?
No, but
We have
I think it's
we
worth a
have
shot.
reason. We have reason to
I
believe.
agree,
that
it is worth a shot, but there's no way to simply march in and start dismantling their structure. They're deep within the city. They've been a part of Cadwallon for as long as it's been birthed.
Hmm.
Fair. Go ahead, Seven. Sorry.
We have reason to believe that the deck may have infiltrated the High Council, if not
The Duke himself.
the
I do
Duke
not
himself.
doubt a bit of corruption. It's always a possibility and something that me and my order have remained steadfast on stopping, preventing. Doesn't stop
Also-
man in power from corruption, however,
Hmm.
it's going to take
Kakarius,
a lot more effort.
I have a spell that I'm sure you know what it is. I don't want to abuse this power or anything, but I don't know if you could allow me to cast it on you to ask you one simple question. If you're uncomfortable by this, all it does is force you to tell the truth. But it would ease our minds a little on what is happening here. Again, if you're uncomfortable, then I won't do it. But if you would allow me to,
If you needed to settle your nerves, by all means,
I cast down a truth.
he will willingly fail the save.
Hey, Day and Seven, to you guys. How many people? Is it this?
Oh,
the
do I have
whole
to
thing?
save too?
It's the zone, so they have to save. He is choosing to fail, so you know that he failed. You guys have to make wisdom saves. Versus, what is it, a 13?
Oh, yeah, me. 12. Just
12.
my charisma. Sorry.
Not charisma. So it's your whatever your DC is.
It
So
says
13.
Well, it says
So,
attack save charisma 12.
My charisma.
Is it a charisma save, not a wisdom save?
It says attack save CHA 12.
Okay. Well, what do you mean attack save?
Well, on
Your spell DC is determined by your casting modifier is wisdom. You're a cleric.
Until
Shouldn't
the
be-
spell ends, a creature that enters the spell area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there must make a charisma saving throw. On a failed save,
charisma saving throw, so not wisdom.
No, yeah, it's charisma.
Charisma is the save. The DC is whatever your spell DC is. Your DC doesn't have a stat attached to it because to find your spell DC is 8 plus your proficiency.
I
plus
say
your
I say
modifier.
12 because it says my save DC is 12, and
Correct.
I think in D&D Beyond it compiles both of them together, so it's a charisma.
That's fair.
saving
You were just
throw,
saying
and it's
attack
12.
save, and I was super confused because
Yeah,
there's
no,
no
it's
such
all
thing as an attack save.
Yeah, that's all good.
So, charisma saves for both of you against a 12. What do we get?
I got a fuck. I got a fifth. What the fuck? Fuck, I can't remember what I wrote.
You are currently muted,
was-
Austin.
I see. 6.
Okay, so he fails. You are. Yeah, what'd you get? 7?
I think I just rolled a 13 plus 2. It was definitely
Okay.
a teen, whatever it was,
Okay,
plus 2.
then you should be fine. So you save, meaning, and so you know, Calcarius has auto failed, Day has failed, meaning Dave for the next, what is it? How
10
long is it last?
minutes.
So, if you try to, well, I'll tell you what happens. You just tell me. Just know if you're trying to ever speak, you are compelled to speak the truth, and anything that you are trying to say that is not the truth, like you can't say it. So if you were going to try to lie, you would half speak, and then the lie would not come out. You can choose to not speak,
Yeah.
but again, they might know. Like it's kind of obvious if you don't say anything that you're
Yeah.
not gonna.
Such a creature could be evasive in its answers as long as it remains within the boundaries of the truth, that sort of thing.
Correct. If you
Anyway.
speak, it has to be the truth.
Calcareous, are you part of the deck?
No.
Thank you. Can I end spells? Is that a thing?
Yes, you can if it's something you're concentrating on, or you can just choose to end it anytime you want. Absolutely.
Yeah, I would end it then for sure. It's not a concentration
Wait.
spell though.
Wait,
Okay.
so,
You can still, you can end it. You're controlling the spell, so if you want to, by the same
So-
powers that would allow you to
yeah.
cast it, you can
Yeah.
be like,
You're good.
Off.
You're good, Day.
oh wait, so Sam knows who who's on the naughty list and who's on the nice list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. Yeah.
well,
like who
the
saved
properties
and
of that
failed.
spell is one of their specifics is like if a creature succeeds or fails to save, because it'd be like he can't cast it and then have someone talk to him if he doesn't know if they're forced to tell the truth or not. There'd be no point in the spell.
Dope.
Thank you, Calcareous. Day 7. I feel like we can show him everything we've got.
Here we go. Brace yourself, old man. I take out the skin book
Mm-hmm.
and I lay it down on the
I'm
desk.
gonna
for-
start at the beginning real quick, just to go over this. I want that storm to be gone, and I don't like
As do I.
this cult. We found an old tower within the swamps, an old free league, from what we can gather. Underneath it, there was an altar that seems to be pertaining to these cultists. There was someone trying to, I don't know, perform some sort of ritual, and I think it succeeded. And after that happened, the storm happened. On top of that, there was a portal underneath. We ran, and we tried to get word to the High Council, but it's been a couple of days since then.
You saw this portal,
We saw it open.
as I feared. I knew the storm was tied to some sort of a portal or gateway, something that this cult has always tried. Any cult of this nature seems to want to just bring its denizens to our world, and it seems like they have succeeded.
They've
The storm would make sense. It might be just some sort of after effect of their presence or existence bleeding over into our realm, manifesting itself physically.
the fiend is here.
Maybe not the fiend they serve, but fiends, demons, it's very possible. You saw a portal. Did anything come out of it?
Something started to. We ran. I think right. Day 7. Am I remembering? It's been a couple
Probably.
of days.
I believe so.
Probably for
Yeah.
the best.
Mm.
Who
We
knows
can.
what could have showed up?
Well, at the very least, we can try and lead you back or tell you where this portal is. I don't know if it's still there, but you guys seem to be a lot more strong. You actually have answers. Oh my God, this is.
He kind of reaches for the book, and you see the spectral hand come and pick up the book and bring it to him. You've
Cool.
seen Mage Hand before. He just grabs the book and begins sifting through it briefly.
We've been fighting these cultists ever since we stopped another of their rituals and got that book from it. They were trying to sacrifice one of our friends.
A sacrifice, blood ritual, something much more dangerous. Typically meant or needed, as they see, to bring forth something more powerful, more dangerous. Stopping it is good. I'm glad you did. But did you see anything? Any names come about? What dealings have you had with them?
Day.
There's a word that we can speak with you that we would rather not speak aloud. If we could write one letter at a time. I take out my book. This is my book that symbolizes my bond with one of the lords of the Fae. He's an Archfey, and I've bonded with him, and we have become one and the same, so to speak.
And you've met this creature?
This
I have.
Archfey?
Yes.
Not on this plane.
Curious.
I've met him on this plane. He's frightening, but he means
I
well.
don't know.
As all Fae should be treated. They are wondrous as they are dangerous.
Day, do you have the
Indeed.
orb?
I do.
So this
Yeah.
is what's left over of their ritual. The one that we stopped.
Place that on the table for me.
I have.
You see him, he begins making these like markings around the table on it. You can see he's tracing something in the air, and the pattern he's tracing is like, think of almost like a sparkler or something would, like it's leaving the line, and he's writing these runes around this orb in the air, just from his hand. I'm going to ensure that nothing happens, at least in this space while we're here. At the very least, if it does, it will be contained, and we can proceed with caution, of course.
Right.
I ask in Infernal, do you speak this language?
He turns to you for a moment and kind of raises a brow. I do, but it should be something you caution, especially around the presence of this. A native tongue to those of its plane, you see. You
One
respond
page at a
in
time.
common, but
Yeah. I ask Emmett. Emmett, sacred flame, one at a time. In letters, I write out each letter of this word as
you spell out the familiar
exactly.
consume.
Yeah.
Kozume.
Right.
I don't say that.
I know.
Yeah. No.
It's a. You probably already know this, but it's got a power word command, and that's the command.
And you say they were performing some sort of ritual with this
Yes.
sacrifice?
There was a graveyard within the swamps. A couple of tieflings focusing on like a red storm, like contained, like a fire pillar or something, and then one particular cultist trying to lead the whole thing, and they tried to put our friend into it. I'm assuming to sacrifice him. When we defeated them, this orb was all that was left over.
Well, the sacrifice has seemingly been stored within this device here. You can see him kind of gesture up, and the orb just like comes up off of the table and is like basically set in this floating ring of runes, hovering about a foot off the table. He says, I'm glad you stopped for the harm from coming from this ritual, but I'm afraid you may not have stopped entirely. Seems you just stopped them from opening whoever they have stored within this.
Is he still in there?
One way to find out, but
Can you handle it?
boys, do you have any other information before we proceed?
Let's see. The deck might be working with these guys. Well, the deck are almost certainly
Yeah.
working with the cult.
The deck are offering sacrifices to the cult somehow. I'm not really sure. We have faced.
Dex may be using them as a disposable way of relieving themselves of unsavory individuals or like-minded targets they do not wish. The deck are too disciplined to deal with something as chaotic as this cult.
Do you know who Declan is?
I reached
of,
to Cosmine at the same time.
Okay. Okay. I'm aware of a Declan. He's a member of the Ferryman.
He's not.
The ferryman.
Which
Well, I don't.
Declan are you speaking of?
Seven, will you describe what he looks like? There's a Declan who is a prominent member within the deck that we have faced off against. He was watching the Duke's speech, like literally outside of it.
I'm sure he was among many of the high courts. He's a nobleman, after all.
I think that nobleman is a great place to start if you want to find out more about the deck. I don't know how.
It's not that easy, but
yeah.
we will keep an extra eye on him.
It's a good idea. Seven, will you show him your mark?
Oh, yeah, I got this mark behind my ear.
That's bad, right?
Can't speak much to that. Maybe some sort of a pox. Do you feel different?
No, I don't feel different.
Can we dispel it somehow? Is it actually magical? I identified it, but nothing came up.
And then it must not be magical, or it's powerful enough or shrouded enough to not give any answers.
Apparently, if you see this mark on anyone, this is how the deck marks victims that are going to die. Have you heard of the
Something
Harlequin?
else you should be concerned with. We've heard of the Harlequin, yes.
The Harlequin is real. We have faced it.
I'm aware.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping you wouldn't say that.
The Harlequin is, the Harlequin can be dangerous, but the Harlequin also seeks balance. Many see it as chaos, though his perspectives may be a bit skewed. At the very least, just don't go around doing anything you shouldn't, and I imagine you shouldn't have any worry.
Well, is he a god?
Perhaps a sort of self-claimed god.
I don't understand any of this.
The Harlequin has been rumored to be around from the times of Cadwallan's founding, as well as the Dogs of War themselves, said to be a vigilante, so to speak. As the city itself grew, he sought fit to trim it. He wants to make sure that those who have power know their place, those who need help get it in uncanny times, and well, that's a bit off-putting. At the very least, anytime the scales need to be tipped, he seems to be the one involved in it.
Well, I don't think I have any more, unless I'm forgetting, I don't think I have that much more information about the cult themselves.
We can do a bit more research at the very least. I'll have someone look into this book, and we can find out what's going on with this orb, I suppose.
And
if you
Sweet.
all are curious.
Swamp, I'm very curious.
Yeah.
Whenever you're ready.
I stand up, and I ready my shield and mace.
What are we doing?
I think he's about to do it.
He's gonna do something with this orb
I
right
think
here.
He's about to do something.
I'm
Okay.
copying this
All
guy's
right, I'm gonna ready myself
demeanor
also.
exactly. He's sitting there. I'm sitting there.
Day, you speak this language.
Yeah.
Release it. Whatever this is.
Kozumat.
Oh, sweet Jesus, dude.
You all see this orb just floating, kind of like almost crack and like twist and kind of like crumble in on itself, almost like it's like shrinking in density and like crushing in on itself. Bits of it where you just like rock and rubble are like dropping onto the table and scattering for a bit. You can see Calcareous slowly stand up with his hand just forward towards it. And as it fully like shatters and expands, there's this flare, this like flash of this like red-orange light.
What the fuck?
You can hear this like interdimensional just tear happen. And the table itself, you all are kind of like staggered back. The table crushes and moves as there's just this resounding thud, and the room kind of shakes for a moment. And you just hear this like heavy and standing before you is this hulking, huge horns protruding from the side of its head, curved around, facing forward. Big fist is covered in fur as it like kind of stomps down with these two like huge legs. These like cloven hooved feet is a massive,
What the
about
fuck?
8-foot tall minotaur standing in the room, holding onto this giant like blue and silvered, like it's got this bandages like wrapped up the hilt that are just all dark and stained, red and black, and he's just hefting this massive axe that you see him just like slam into the floor as it cracks. This like circle of runes are circled around, like they've expanded, but they're still like a ring like around this thing, and you can see where its form is kind of like built up, and it goes to turn and almost like to backhand and punch, like sweep. All of you are kind of like pushed back to the edges of the room. This thing like goes to sweep at it. You see like hit against nothing essentially, but you see like its fist scraping and like crackling. There's these bits of like blue and white like spark energy coming off of this like invisible. It looks like there's this column around him. You can see he's contained by whatever these runes are, and Calcareous just stands there. You hear this thing just kind of like bellow out and just starts around and like looking, and even like brings the axe forward to smash into it. There's this flash of energy again, and just stands there, drops the axe for a moment, and like just slowly starts turning, slowly scanning at each of you and just locking eyes. It's just these burning embers for eyes. It's just staring at each of you individually.
I wave to
all of you, and he just says, "Well, I suppose we'll have to deal with him."
Great.
And that's where we'll pick up next week.
Great. We've unleashed a demon.
Something like that.
Something
Damn!
like that.
Yeah.
Great.
I mean, I guess could have been worse.
Oh,
If you're gonna
man.
open up some weird demon orb.